Just trying to get the microphone situated here, or at least partially situated. Never really tried to set it up like this before. That's probably gonna fall. And what's the button going crazy? I can't tell that we're actually live. It's
One second, let's see.
It's acting stupid.
It says we're live. It says we got 2 watching. Hello, viewer. I want to do a heads up that we are streaming from Todd's phone. So any phone calls that you may get, but you can't end the stream. Right now it says 1. Leave a, or it does say 2. It says 2 watching here. Okay. Leave a comment in the chat so we know you're there. Cargo.
Hey, how's it going, Cargo?
Yay, Cargo. Hey, girl. I'm just letting some people know that we are live right now. We are heading home from our Disney trip.
Oops. You know what? Let me set that microphone up a little differently. That might be more stable. Okay. We're just leaving Apna Bazaar.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cargo. She said she had a miserable morning, but I'm doing good now.
What happened, Cargo? Why did you have a miserable morning?
I'm sorry.
If you don't mind me asking. Just passing by Chot House, which is Dottie's favorite place
No, it's not.
in the world.
Boy, is he way off. I'm all
She
problem.
doesn't like Chot House.
No, I really don't.
I was not crazy about it, but they do have a sweets cabinet, and that you don't find that very often.
It's no Carla's Bakery. I have like 3 pillows propping me up right now. I have my feet leaned back so I can stretch my back out. Which reminds me, is my seat on?
Hey, what's up, Justin?
You can second that. Oh yeah, I think I know it. Won't be on for long though. That's just.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get my-
Say, you were talking about printing some tickets. Were you able to do that or not? I mean, of course, Disney World tickets.
I'm getting my blanket all going for my legs. That's Elsa and Anna. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, there's Anna and Elsa's on it. Just believe me. That sucks.
I can't really read it while I'm
It
driving.
says, "Oh, my stupid landlord sent an eviction for non-payment to the wrong apartment and had me freaking out. So I went to her office, losing my mind with some screenshots showing proof. They gave me attitude, only to end up calling me back and saying sorry for her mistake."
Wow. How annoying is that?
We're not buying an $800 house, Justin.
What?
Did you hear Don and Dottie are
No.
buying a $800,000 house in Florida near
No.
Magic Kingdom? Hey, Craig.
What's up, Craig?
No. And if we buy a house anywhere, it's more than likely going to be Virginia Beach, ain't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't be in Orlando for sure. But when that happens, that'll be the end of our
Many.
super frequent Disney trips.
But we've talked about maybe coming every now and then.
It would have to be very rarely, really.
Like 1 or 2 times a year, maybe. That'd be a trip. You
Yeah.
know, that'd be like a week trip. In my opinion, you know?
Very weak.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Cargo.
Yeah, I would be very upset about that as well. Thank goodness they came to their senses. So we live about 3.5 hours away, 3.5 hours, depending on traffic and whatnot.
This is going to be the same type of stream like we did a month ago. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good, Justin. He says he has two or three interviews this week.
That's good. A lot of people hiring out there, that's for sure.
I've got the chat pulled up on my phone, so it's easier for me to instead of having to sit up. Oh gosh. There's my blanket on there.
This is like fishing or something. Alright. So, today we went to Magic Kingdom. And we didn't do a whole lot, but we did some stuff. The first thing we did was stop and see the piano player. They have a new piano player.
That was the first.
In fact, they have a few piano players, 2 regulars, and this guy who was a substitute named Neil.
Very good.
And he was awesome. He was really great. Jim has retired fully.
We love you, Jim.
Hello, Polly.
Hi, Polly. We love you, Jim.
And we love Jim. But honestly, this guy was just awesome.
He really was wonderful.
And we went over to Space Mountain. We rode that.
We did something before that, just to let you know.
Yeah, there was something else.
We checked out the new Main Street confectionery.
Yeah, we went to the confectionery.
And it looked really, really nice. And in my opinion, I even told the cast member this. I said it looks way better now than it did previously. In my opinion, to me, there's more room to shop around. Looks really nice, and I love the candy wall where you can get your bag and you can tell different prices for how much you want. Just wonderful.
So I have some bad news about the confectionery. Of course, it used to be that you could walk through there over to what's called the chapeau, and chapeau, of course, is French for hat, and you could get headbands, and you could get ear hats there,
And hats.
and you get your embroidery there. Now, that's no longer there. The confectionery goes all the way around. There's a popcorn bar there now. But that's not the bad news. The bad news is the telephone, the party line on the wall is gone.
They could have left that there.
Yeah, there's no reason they had to remove that. I'm very disappointed by that. That woman has been eavesdropping for 50 years on that party line and gossiping for 50 years, and now suddenly they get rid of that. That's a disappointment. I don't know why they would choose to do that, but that's what's happened.
And to be honest, I liked when it was the chapeau better because how all the ears were spread out, and where the new chapeau is, which is right outside Mickey and Minnie's Theater.
Yeah, it's not even the chapeau anymore. It's just the merchandise area in the front of the theater.
I mean, cool. I get it, ears, stuff like that. I'm a fan of ears, but I like when I go into it. But get a pair of ears. I see all the ears displayed. That's just neat to me. That's one thing that excites me. You go to the Emporium, ears on the wall. It's
yeah.
All the ears you can look at is amazing. That's
I can
something I enjoy.
understand why there was no real need for the chapeau. And now you can get your embroidery over in the front of Main Street Theater, in the lobby of the theater. But they could have left the telephone. There was no reason to get rid of that.
That would have been a nice touch, though, the telephone. It would have been.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, what next? There's not going to be a piano lesson going on upstairs on the side street, or singing lesson, or whatever the hell it is. Oh well.
I've got my Belle doll here. This was my very first Disney doll that Todd and I got on our honeymoon, and I got Belle. And Belle is my favorite princess.
So after the Space Mountain, we did go over to
Joffrey's.
Yeah, we went to Joffrey's.
Got that same drink again.
That was actually before Space
Yes.
Mountain. But we went to the Voyage of the Little Mermaid, or whatever it's called, and waited in the standby line, which we don't usually do that, but we did it, and it was kind of a long line. But we were just waiting on our appointment or whatever at Haunted Mansion.
That's not what it was.
And then we went to Haunted Mansion. And then we did Pirates of the Caribbean.
And then
we went home.
No, well, before we went home, we got to see the character cavalcade. And I'm going to say something that happened. I saw Gaston, and I love Gaston. He's my favorite villain. I don't want to be so loud, but I went, woo, Gaston. And he hears me say, he goes, I love your attitude. I like this girl.
He goes, that's the kind of enthusiasm that you should have about me, or something like that.
I have a question. How much are the ears after the AP discount, Todd?
I'm not sure.
It varies depending on...
Yeah, not all the ears are the same price.
Can I say some of the prices?
Yeah.
The ears that I have gotten, with the ears without the discount are $29.99. The ones that I've recently got, and I believe
you get 10% off, I think.
At least 10. So it brings it down a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And at Joffrey's, you can use your AP to get an AP discount, which is good. I prefer going to Joffrey's. Steven will be here in 3 weeks.
Right on.
That's awesome. For me personally, I don't buy ears or merchandise that often, but when I do, I take advantage of using my AP discount on whatever merchandise I get, whether that be ears or a stuffed animal. Sorry, that was weird how I background fell from the place. But yes. It's worth it for us as much as we go.
Yep. And before we left, we did see that cavalcade and get the panoramic shot at the hub. And of course, when we were checking out the confectionery too, the Philharmonic walked by or marched by.
And we
ran out and saw them real quick.
We saw the horse. There was no horse, but there wasn't one. But then we saw Winnie the Pooh in them.
Yeah, we saw them on the trolley.
And that was nice.
The whole 100-acre wood gang.
That was nice.
But out here in Orlando, we just see prostitutes and crack dealers.
Oh, thank you, Cauli. Cauli says I have a nice ear. You have a nice displayed ear collection. Thank you. That means so much. It took some time to figure out how I wanted it, and then Todd and I both came with an agreement of what we think would look best. And I can see all my ears from our bed. So when because I sleep on my left side, I enjoy getting to look at all my ears. It's really nice. Or if I'm laying on my back, I can see the ears that are above the door or above my closet. Well, soon enough, Dottie will have 3 new pairs of ears. Aw, thank you, Cargo.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. I'm really excited.
Passing by Lakshmi Plaza on South Orange Blossom Trail and Woodlands on the left.
Also, here's something interesting. Oh, along with some other surprises, Cargo says. I'm very excited. Thank you, Cargo. I have not washed my hair in 3 days. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't washed my hair in 3 days and I need to wash it.
Yeah.
It's got 3 days worth of sunscreen in my hair. Last time I washed it was before our trip.
Woodlands is, I think, the best Indian restaurant. It's a little expensive.
Worth it though.
But it's very good.
And I am not a big person who loves Indian food, but I love Woodlands. We went last night and I got, what was it called?
Paneer Makhni.
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, paneer is cottage cheese, but in a block form instead of little curds. And it's been cut into cubes and skillet fried a little bit. And then makhni is a gravy that's a spicy tomato and butter gravy. And it's spelled Makhani if you're looking to look that up. Makhani.
Cargo says, believe it or not, it's actually good for you not to wash your hair every day anyways.
Well, that's what I tell her. I say don't wash it every day, but do condition it so that we can brush it. Don't shampoo it every day.
But I'm going to tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to do both.
Tonight, yeah.
Now, for when I ordered this dish last night, I went off 2 things. One, I love cottage cheese. I have some cottage cheese at home which I want to eat when we get home. If you heard that phone, that was my phone ringing. I
doubt they could hear that.
And I love cottage cheese, so I went off based on that. And I also love tomato, so I went with those two things I enjoy. And I felt on the safe side. But in the middle of the night, ooh, my stomach was not having it.
Yeah.
Fargo says I'm making apricot pork chops tonight for dinner after I get back from groceries. That sounds delicious. Apricot pork chops?
Sure.
That sounds yummy.
When I make pork chops for Dottie,
I love pork chops.
I use a little bit of thyme and garlic and fresh, you know what I mean? And a lot of butter. What I do is I take about 2 tablespoons of butter or a knob of butter. And of course, if you're British, you're just cracking up at that. And I melt that in the pan. I put it on 6 on the electric range out of 10 or whatever. And a little bit of olive oil, a tablespoon maybe. And then as the Italians put it, when the butter begins to sing or sparkle, then I'll crush a couple of cloves of garlic and not mince them or anything, just crush them and put them in there, and about 4 or 5 sprigs of thyme, and then I'll put the pork chop in for 3 minutes while basting the whole time. Then I turn it over to the other side, basting the whole time, and then let it rest for about 6 minutes, and serve that with a sweet and sour red bell pepper and onion compote.
Which is amazing. It goes, in my opinion, delicious. Like,
I'm glad that you like it.
I've
never eaten it.
I love it.
I cook it, but I got the recipe from Gordon Ramsay.
Also,
so when I cook it, I'm just like, fucking fuck!
No, he's not. But we keep a lot of meat for me in the freezer, so whenever I want a piece of meat, all Todd has to do is just pull it out, defrost it.
Yeah, we try to keep chicken drumsticks. We have a bunch of those.
We got steak,
ribeye, and we take the ribeye and cut it into like 3 or maybe sometimes 4 pieces, depending how big it is.
Because I can't eat a whole steak.
And pork chops. When we only buy these things. In fact, we got the chicken for free. But the other things, we only buy them when we see like a crazy deal, just like a jaw-dropping kind of deal. We'll buy a bunch of it and freeze it.
And salmon we have.
Oh yeah, and salmon, but you don't really get a deal on that. You buy a bag of fillets that are individually wrapped,
which is good for me.
Yeah.
We also have meatballs. Like, we keep meat. Like, whenever I want.
Yeah, we have a crap load of meatballs. We got those for free too.
Todd has cooking triggered Tourette's. I'm dead. That's what Cargo said.
Tourette's, honey.
What did I say?
Tourette's.
Oh, gee. Sorry. I'm just gonna hide behind boxes.
Cooking trigger. No, it's just Gordon Ramsay. You've never seen him? Hell's Kitchen. He in the past few years, he's softened his image and reputation. But prior to that, he just goes around being a dick to everybody. Like, he'll have contestants or people putting bread on each side of their head going, now what are you? What the fuck are you? I mean, I'm an idiot sandwich. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Cargo says I buy base of fillets that are individually wrapped.
Bass.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Well, she likes salmon, so we get her that.
Cargo.
But yeah, they have all types. We get them at Walmart, and they have all types of fish there. But usually we just get that.
Craig says, Lord, that dude is a wig nut at times. And then Cargo says, yes, of course, I love when he does the restaurant makeovers.
Oh, yeah. He'll be having those people crying. It's ridiculous. He is a wing nut. I mean, you know, I haven't used a lot of his recipes or whatever. But when I made the baklava the other night.
Baklava!
I did put in the nut mix, I put powdered sugar and lemon zest. And if I was doing it the way he recommended, I would have used castor sugar. But it's not like so easy to get that. I had powdered sugar ready to go. Powdered sugar is confectioner's sugar. It's super fine. It's like flour. Whereas refined sugar, we all know, you can go and get a pack of it for free anywhere you want. But castor sugar is sold in America as super fine. It's not a fine powder like flour, but it is much finer crystals than the normal sugar we all use, refined sugar. So I didn't use castor sugar, I used powdered sugar.
Is your phone plugged in?
Yes, the phone is plugged in.
Is it charging?
No, it doesn't appear to be charging. Why is that? Did I plug the wrong one in? Hold on a second.
I didn't mean to distract you, but I just noticed.
It's okay. Give me a moment. Is it charging now? It appears to be, right?
Let's see.
Okay.
I see a lightning bolt in there.
Cool. Lightning bolt. So I did put that in the nut mix, rather than a lot of people in their instructions. They're like, oh, just chop up the nuts. Other people are like, toast them and chop them up. Toast them in the oven at 350 for about 7 minutes on the top rack. Other people are like, chop them up, add a little bit of your melted butter, and toast them in a skillet, which is what I did. But I also added the sugar, man, the freeway is packed or something over here. I added the sugar and the lemon zest. And then making the syrup, which is the first thing you do, I added I had like 3 cups of sugar and 1 cup of water.
Okay, Cargo, that's fine. She said her and at 6:30 her husband is done working. She's gonna go get groceries with him, and then if we're still at home, she'll pop on again. And then Josh goes through part it.
And then I added a tablespoon of the lemon juice. But I also added about a teaspoon and a half of rose water, maybe a little more, to give it that rose flavor.
So I really
Dottie's
didn't
favorite flavor in the world.
No, I'm not the biggest fan of rose, but I also couldn't taste it. Again, our taste is messed up right now.
Yeah.
Also, Josh, to answer your question, I did.
It was Dottie.
I farted.
Constantly.
Hey! Damn, you're just calling it out, aren't you? No, but in all seriousness, I think I do have IBS. Josh deleted the message. It said message retracted.
Oh, really?
Then he goes, hey, kids. Hi yourself, Josh.
Well, we have heavy traffic here on I-4.
Which is fine. We're okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We're leaving fairly early.
But still, maybe people are getting off work. It's 6:30.
Yeah, it may always be crowded at this time.
I have 3 pillows propping me up. And I took a bite of Todd's dinner tonight, and now my stomach is really messed up.
Tonight, I went to 5-star Indian cuisine and just ordered a couple of things. One was a Mysore masala dosa. This is a crispy, savory crepe made from what you call black gram and a certain type of rice.
I had McDonald's. I got Woody from the Happy Meal. I also got Groot yesterday. Josh says I'm more happier than a puppy with 2
Peters.
I know Peter.
Some people say a dog with 2 dicks so that you get alliteration. Well, that's got alliteration too. Puppy with 2 Peters.
My hair is so awesome. I gotta take my hair out.
Served with sambar, which is a spicy soup.
Oh, Belle peeking in over here saying hi. Hi. Go on. Sorry. I'm done talking.
Go ahead.
I'm done. That's all I want to say.
And she had a bite of that, and that might have. Well, also she had a bite of the Mysore masala dosa, which has a spicy chutney spread on the inside of it. Because she wanted to know what's the difference between a masala dosa and a Mysore masala dosa, I said, well, it's a spicy red chutney. So she had a bite of that, 2 bites of that, really. And that might have irritated her stomach a little bit.
If Todd can confirm that spice does tend to irritate my stomach quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I eat a lot of spicy food.
I don't.
And I also got idli and medu vada. Well, really, I bought it from a place that people are from Kerala, so I should call it Zunu Wada. But I ate that. That comes with sambar and coconut chutney as well.
Josh says I'm way better than going bowling in the hood and winning food, not money bets.
I don't get that. I don't understand that one.
No, neither do I.
They're not all going to land.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh. I never understand your jokes. It's true, I don't.
Well, what goes on with Josh, for future viewers who don't know him, who are watching this and seeing the chat replay, he's a big Family Guy fan. And Family Guy is a show, an animation, where Seth MacFarlane has discovered you can just have half-baked ideas that are funny and just throw them in whenever you want. And they don't have to be completely related to the dialogue, but they're not entirely non sequitur. So they relate in a way through what's called the setup, the cutaway setup. So they'll say, that's just like the time I did this blah blah blah, and then they'll cut away to an animation that on its own is funny, but isn't a whole story. You know, it's like just a little segment of humor. So Josh sets up cutaways that you just have to imagine in your mind. There's no actual cutaway. It just has to happen in your mind.
He's deleted the messages. You don't have to.
You deleted them.
You don't have to delete them.
Trying to prevent people from seeing the evidence.
I'm more enjoyable than a visit to a morgue, is what Josh says.
Sure.
We'll agree on that. Yeah, you don't have to delete them. Just know that I'm not going to understand them. Which you may not, what you may like. And there's nothing wrong with you liking Family Guy. We all have our stuff we enjoy.
Now on that show, there's a character called Chris, who's the son of the family, voiced by Seth Green. And he really picked up on that concept and realized you don't have to have a story. You don't even have to have a skit to make money out of humor and animation. And he developed a show called Robot Chicken, which is just rapid fire, half-baked ideas that are funny. They're funny, but they're not full ideas. And got together with some people that do stop-motion animation and found a way of doing it that was quick and economical, and came up with this show, Robot Chicken. It's been running for years and years now, and it's named for a Chinese, or I should say Asian dish, Robo Chicken.
Really?
Yeah. It's not really pronounced robot on the menu, but, you know, when an American reads this French word, robo, and they see this on this, they think, oh, it's like robot, you know. But, you know, a very popular type of food processor in professional kitchens is called the Robo Coupe, and that's French, you know, and it's spelled robot coupe, like C-O-U-P-E. So Robo Chicken, Robot Chicken, there's their name for their show, and they just went with it and have like their mascot is a chicken with the whole, I don't know if you want to call it Terminator or Borg from Star Trek Next Generation, and it has this red robot eye, you know, cybernetic device in its eye, and it's a pretty good show. It's pretty funny.
Sure, I mean, I'll watch it occasionally. Josh says I'm more fatter than a pig with muscles winning a prize ribbon for best fist.
Okay. I mean, pigs, you know, don't have fists.
They have butts.
They have butts. No, they have hooves.
That means that little joke right there was funny.
Yeah, anytime you mention butts or parts.
This happens.
See?
Todd got me a coloring book of cat butts. Stuff that says something. And I'm not joking. He's like, hey, I got you something. I'm like, what is it? I opened it. It was literally a coloring book of cat buttholes.
And I didn't invent it. I mean, you could buy this thing on Amazon.
Josh, you don't have to delete the messages. I'm seeing them right here. He's deleted them.
What the hell? Oh, man.
Josh, we love you, but you don't need to delete them.
Yeah, you don't have to delete the messages. You're just destroying evidence. That's what's happening here.
Not really destroying them, because as I'm reading them, people know what I'm saying. And I'm only reading them because Todd can't focus on reading everything.
Well, I'm saying for future viewers, in the chat replay, they may not see that message.
It tickles more than a hooker at a topless bar. Okay, well that one doesn't have up on this one. Well, you probably, yeah. I just need
Boy, the traffic sure is slow here in the hellscape of I-4. That's what I call the area between 80 and 98, basically. Exits 80 and 98. It's the hellscape.
Sorry for making you guys yawn. I'm all comfortable.
We're at mile 82.5.
I think I want to eat some baklava when we get home. Baklava. See, he did it again. He's at least.
We're near all the tall buildings. We've never really gotten off of the freeway and driven around at this point in this area. Someday, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Check that out.
I'm not good.
There's probably stuff there.
It's a fat thing, I guess, Josh said.
There's the Amway Center, which appears to be some kind of convention center.
That's where the
not just about multi-level marketing schemes.
That's where the Jonas Brothers performed when they were here that one time.
Are they part of the pyramid scheme known as Amway?
No.
I thought Amway was going to change their name to Quickstar. I went to some meeting, and there's all these people there, and it's at one of these super rich people's houses, you know, and they want to talk to you about Quickstar, you know, this new blah blah blah, right? This new, basically, it was a multi-level marketing scheme, and it was Amway, and they brought up the fact that if you were already in Amway, you wouldn't lose your downline, you'd be part of your upline, etc. So near the end of this meeting, when they're like, do you have any questions? I was like, yeah, man. What you're saying is the entire Amway structure, if you keep your downline, etc., it still exists. They're like, right. I said, so there's really no ground floor. This is just Amway with a different name. And they were like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, kind of like deflated the whole meeting, you know, that it's like, are you idiots? You know, you're telling us that this is just Amway changing its name, which means it's just an inundated multi-level marketing pyramid scheme already. It's already saturated. That you can't say, oh, you know, all these other things are saturated and this is the ground floor if you're maintaining that structure. So don't be fooled by that crap.
I want to say something before I forget. Happy birthday, Aaron.
Is Aaron here?
No, not yet. I don't know if he will be, but I want to just go ahead and put this out here for the future. Happy birthday, Aaron.
Happy birthday, Aaron. I can see people over there in that Amway Center.
Aaron is our friend from My Disney World Fix. Him and his wife have a YouTube channel. So happy birthday. Today is his birthday. Josh says 2 guys in a bar. Order drinks. Then afterwards, they left the bar. One of them said, can I push?
Yes.
I'm not going to finish that because I don't want to say that. But Todd acknowledged it.
That joke, you don't say they left the bar. Alright? You keep them at the bar. You say 2 gay guys are in a bar and one says to the other, can I push in your stool? You know? Or would you like me to push in your stool? You know, you don't have them leave the bar and then talk about the stool, even though I understand it would still apply. You lose the double entendre if they leave the bar. Some of my favorite walks into a bar jokes are a guy walks into a bar. He says, ouch. And a Jewish guy, a Chinese guy, a priest and a rabbi, and a Polish guy walk into a bar. the bartender looks up and says, "What is this, some kind of joke?" And then there's the one from Gran Torino, which I can't remember the setup. I can remember, but I'm not going to say it. But a group of people walk into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." I think that's all the walks into a bar jokes that are
Two
my
kids at a
favorites.
park. I have no idea where this was going. Excuse me, please. That's what Josh said.
Oh, yeah? Kid in a park reminds me of my New Age priest and a rabbi joke. A priest and a rabbi are at a playground, and the priest says, "Let's fuck one of those kids." And the rabbi says, "Out of what?" Oh man, I know that's a really harsh joke, but let's face it, Catholic priest, the Catholic Church has just been a ring of child molestation worldwide, and anybody who would try to censor me or block this video over that is a fact, can fuck themselves, because that is a fact, and the Catholic Church has just propagated and perpetuated that by never bringing anybody to justice, just moving them to a different area where they can do it again and again and again. And they are a child molestation ring, and such things do exist. So, all the people that are like, "Oh, QAnon people are crazy and whatever," maybe they are crazy, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong about everything. And that's one thing they're definitely right about. Yeah, I know that we're going to try StreamYards, and maybe it won't do that. But we have a nice microphone here, man. You know? It's not the microphone. It's like, it's Streamlabs, you know? That's the problem. Streamlabs with the popping and the clicking. It's so annoying I can barely stand it. And I feel like if we could just get 1,000 subscribers, that would fix it, because we could use the YouTube Live app. But additionally, we'll try StreamYards and see if that does it. I don't know if it will or not, but Streamlabs, I can't believe that they've never fixed this issue. That it's just disgusting to me that they would allow this to continue to happen.
I'm sure you guys just saw me shove something up my nose, and that what I'm using is the Vicks Vapo inhaler. It's non-medicated, and since while I had COVID, and my side effects from having COVID is, and I've dealt with this for like the past year and a half, is having a hard time breathing out one side of my nose, like it switches daily. So this Vapo inhaler has really helped, and Todd got me this. And I've used these for a very long time, actually, before I even met Todd. My grandmother got me hooked on these, and I swear by these when I have a hard time breathing. It just looks like this. You breathe it in, and you put it in one side of your nose, you breathe it. I do it twice on each side. Non-medicated, fits in your purse. I keep it by my bedside, and today I kept it in my purse.
So Streamlabs, I don't think does the popping and clicking with the iPhone. But it seems like, well, we haven't tried to stream on her phone for a long time because Streamlabs just quit working on the iPhone. But maybe we'll try that again at some point. I don't know.
I like being able to.
And I'm not going to go out and buy another iPhone or whatever for that sole purpose.
No.
That we're just going to try StreamYards and maybe some of those others. Melon, I think, is one of them. And it seems like there's another one.
This traffic is really bad. I think I see police.
Yeah, there's an arrow. They're blocking a lane up here and putting an arrow up.
Get my feet on. I can't imagine sitting up straight for 3.5 hours. I feel so much better with me laying back.
So we ought to be able to go a lot faster now.
We don't know what's happening. Police. I see a car.
It's just a stalled vehicle. They have to block off a lane and stuff. that's really absurd.
That was like 30 minutes at least. At least 20.
Hopefully we won't have any further traffic issues. We're moving now.
We figured we would stream until we get to our exit, so this is nice, you know?
Yeah. Now at one point we're going to stop at Buc-ee's, and I'm not sure if we're going to go inside with the phone or just leave it for a moment.
But it won't be long. We'll use the bathroom, and that's it.
Yeah, we're going to get some gas, use the bathroom.
And the stream won't end if we do.
Probably get a bottle of carbonated water.
I will say, Todd and I both don't feel 100% better even though we tested negative. I think I can speak to that for both of us.
Yeah. Just get easily exhausted and sore. Like sore all over.
Last night, I'm not gonna lie, I started stressing the heck out. Because I'm laying there and I started getting body aches. Just laying there. And it scared me for a while, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, oh no, I'm not going to get any sleep. And I eventually did fall asleep, like at 2 in the morning.
So whoever's there, put something in the chat. Let us know. It says we have 2 viewers. I'm not sure if Josh is still one or not, but there's 2 people. Put something in the chat there so we know
I've let people know
who you are, and then we can address you as individuals.
I've let people know we're live, like Rosie and Caroline.
That's good. And did you share it on Facebook?
No.
Add What's Your Slowly account?
No.
There's another cop. Let me get over here. In Florida, it's the law that if there's a cop on the side of the road, you have to get over so there's an empty lane between you and them.
Right. Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We've all seen videos of target fixation where, you know, rather than just go by a cop on the side of the road, somebody just slams right into them. They become mesmerized by the chaotic lights. Maybe if they didn't create such chaos with their lights, that wouldn't happen. They're hypnotic to a degree, I suppose. And they also make it difficult to see the ground in front of you if it's nighttime. So are you going to put that on Facebook?
I was going to message Grandpa real quick.
Oh, okay.
If you want me to, I can see if I can do it.
Sure. And
I don't.
Instagram or whatever, you know.
I was going to say we are live on YouTube because I don't know how to copy the link. I'm just going to go to our Instagram. Well, I'm just going to go to our
You can
Facebook.
certainly type the link. Right?
No, I don't know how to do it. I've not figured it
It's
out.
HTTP.
Wait a minute. I got to find our page. Okay. I don't know how to do
Hey,
it.
there's Rosie. How you doing, Rosie?
Hey girl. Who's riding my mountain bike? Much love to you too, girl. She's riding her mountain bike.
That's nice.
That's nice. I can't do a mountain bike because of the brakes. That's just too risky. I like a, what is it that I like?
Cruiser.
I like a cruiser, which I haven't ridden in a very long time since I busted my mouth about 5 years ago. So maybe one day I'll get back into it. I would love to. Messaging my grandmother. Oh, that was Aaron.
Hey, there's Granddaughter. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Granddot. I messaged Aaron and said happy birthday to him.
Good.
Hi, Granddot.
We saw that yesterday morning you left a comment on one of our videos saying that you were going out for a while or whatever. So we saw that comment. Wanted to let you know that. How are you doing?
How are you doing, Granddot? I miss you. Not too much longer. I'm counting down the days till we see you.
Yeah, right around. I believe it'll be December 19th. We're going to come and see you.
It'll be 2 months from the 19th of this month will be 2 months.
home from Disney. We're on I-4 headed east, which is really like northeast. It doesn't really go directly east and west.
Is Aunt Joy still in Virginia Beach?
I have a little sip of water.
Aunt Joyce is my mom's sister. If you see someone in the chat ever, Patricia Yoder, that's my mom's other sister. My other aunt does not use social media. Doing good, cannot really wait to see you. We can't wait either. We'll play some dominoes and Rummy Cube.
That's right.
I've been playing dominoes with my grandmother Dorothy Burke ever since I was a little girl. That's always been our thing. She is headed home tomorrow. Well, please tell her safe travels from us. We love you guys. We had no rain on this trip, did we? Well,
right.
At least in the park. At least in the park.
I hope it rained at home though, because we've been gone for a few days and we have a vegetable garden. Hopefully they got some rain up there and they watered the plants.
I know I am looking forward to going home, getting to my own bathroom, my own bathtub, seeing my girls. My girls being our cat, Smiley, and Miss Kitty, as well as Todd's aunt, uncle, and cousin, because we haven't seen them in a few days.
Yep.
Randall says I need someone to play games with.
Well, we'll be happy to do that.
Of course, we'll do that
I'll
with you.
even make sure that I lose.
Oh. Hey, Grandad, I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite type of wine? Just asking out of curiosity.
Oh yeah, it rained like crazy during the month of September in Brunswick, Georgia. Hopefully it rained in the last few days while we were gone as well.
No, she has not had a lot of rain.
Oh, is that what it said? I can't really read.
She says we have not had rain for weeks. Mom does not have a lot of mowing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, soon it'll be getting closer to Mom for her to be taking her winter break, I say, because...
Sure, well, that's a while.
Yeah.
Maybe during this kind of time she could focus more on mulching or something like that, you know.
Grandad said Chablis or Chenin Blanc.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That's good to know.
How's that word spelled before Blanc?
Chenin.
Okay.
Chenin
That
Blanc.
is so close. If you take the middle N out, that's French for white dog. But we'll keep that in mind when shopping.
I'm just trying to get an idea of what to give people for Christmas.
Chablazel, Hop and how's it go? Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. That's how they really say. They say Schlemiel Schlemazel. I'm just making a joke.
I don't drink wine, but I know my grandmother occasionally likes to drink wine. Rosie says I'll be going to Walt Disney World in December. That's awesome, Rosie. Oh. Now we may or may not see Rosie because we have our trip to Virginia Beach in December, correct?
Yeah, in December we may go to Disney World.
We may.
On the 5th and the 12th. Now, let me ask you this, Rosie. Are you just going to go to Hollywood Studios and go to Star Wars, or are you going to go to Magic Kingdom for what I believe will be the first time ever?
Just your being here will be enough presents. When are you going back to Disney? Todd, that's your answer.
Maybe the 17th.
Of October?
Yeah.
parks.
3 parks. So maybe we'll see you if you're there on a Sunday.
But she flies out there on a Sunday.
I don't know if you're going to be like at a park on that day or not. But it's unlikely we'll be there anytime except for Sunday the 5th and the 12th, I believe it is, in December.
Right, because literally like a few days after the 12th, a few days after the 12th, we go to Virginia Beach, and the day after the 12th, we need to be packed to start getting ready for our trip. Like gifts wrapped and getting ready. And if you know me, I like to be ready way in advance.
Yeah, I like to have my suitcase packed all of the time for a 10-day possibility. Just keep it packed.
3 parks. Magic Kingdom is going to be Sunday afternoon.
Oh, really? Well, we'd love to see you there. That we'll be there on a Sunday afternoon as long as we're going, which I believe we are.
But it all depends.
Now, when did she say? Oh, she didn't say when.
No.
Well, as long as it's one of the Sundays that we're there. And we'll get some pictures.
Mm-hmm. Maybe ride a couple rides, get a snack or something. Rosie at Hollywood Studios like a year or 2 ago.
Right. Did we meet her twice or just once?
Just once. We met her before the pandemic hit.
Yep.
I'll be there during the first week.
Okay. So the 5th probably.
So just, we'll keep in touch, and I will let you know our day. Because I don't know if we're gonna go for a few days or what, but like, no. See, I didn't know. But obviously when we get back from Virginia, we may take a week or so off just to get back into our schedule, our routine. We're going to be in Virginia for like at least 10 days, right? 19th through the 29th.
Yeah.
So
I tried to, at the beginning of the year, plan out everything that we're going to do for the whole year. So that could be tricky. Larry the Cable Guy would be performing at Hard Rock.
Larry! Jack Fair. I don't know if you're there or not, but you know that reference.
I discovered recently that the people from the Redneck Comedy Tour, or what is it, not the Redneck, Blue Collar Comedy Tour, I think everybody knows they had a TV show, but they also had a cartoon. And again, they didn't include the funny one. You know, it was just Jeff Foxworthy accent. You know, if white people were allowed to be offended, then they would all say, this guy is just making fun of rednecks, you know? And what have you. If he was doing a black accent like that, people would flip out, right? So he's kind of redneck people. He's not actually redneck himself.
Rosie says, I met Dottie and Todd at DHS. I'll be going to Magic Kingdom on that Sunday afternoon. Disney Animal Kingdom on Monday and Disney's Hollywood Studios on Tuesday.
What was the second one? Animal Kingdom? Okay. So you won't be going to Epcot. Have you ever been to Epcot?
She's only been to Hollywood Studios. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
right. You've only been to Hollywood Studios.
At least that's what I remember you telling me.
Epcot is not at its best right now,
It's
so you're
not.
really not missing anything.
But definitely, I would say go to Animal Kingdom and definitely go to Magic Kingdom. You gotta go to Magic Kingdom.
I feel like Animal Kingdom,
If it's your first time.
it's not like a super full day that you could reasonably spend all day there if you're going to do everything.
Josh says he's making out with his wife again.
Well, that's good.
Good. Hey, Josh, that's important. Me and Todd make out all the time.
So, first of all, Rosie, I'm not sure if you use DAS or not, but definitely the first thing you should do, and if you haven't done it, if we meet up with you and you haven't done it yet, set that up.
We'll help her.
All right?
We'll help you.
And then when you go to Animal Kingdom, go ahead and set up your flight of passage. And you can screw around in the Pandora area if you like over there. And maybe even wait in line for what's called the Navi River Journey, which it's just like a short, damp hallway with interesting lighting and a really the very best animatronic at the end, if it's working. If it's not working, it's just a little projection there, again, just some more interesting light. And it's not that great. It's certainly not worth waiting more than, say, 25 minutes.
But me and Rosie, when we were, I guess we were live streaming, I can't remember, when we first met up, me and Rosie together, we did Tower of Terror. I took her on that. And Rosie, I'd be happy to take you on some rides, just me and you if you were want to. If that'd be okay with Todd, right?
Yeah. So yeah, just the theming of the Pandora area is nice, and hopefully by the time you get there, they'll have the drummers back,
Hopefully.
which are very interesting
They're good.
and interactive. And then there's a guy that goes around in one of those suits, like they have those big mechanical suits. It's really a still walker of a modified still walker.
Okay, two things. We got Rosie saying, I always dreamed of being on Pandora. Cool. And Dorothy Berg, what time will you get home tonight? Well, as Todd and I always say, Granddad, not to sound like a smart ass, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, probably about 10 would be my guess. But, you know, there's no guarantee if there's going to be traffic or slowdowns, things like that.
Yes, Josh, they took he's saying, I heard they took down the roller coaster. Animal Kingdom was removed or refurbed. The Primeval Whirl was removed.
Okay, I wouldn't call that a roller coaster, but there was a ride that was more like the kind of ride you'd see at a fair or something.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Everest. Everest is getting refurbished.
Okay.
Either now or soon.
Okay.
Okay, Granddad, have a great night. She's going on the porch with Mom and Joyce.
Okay, well tell them we said hello and we love them.
Tell Mommy and Aunt Joycey we love them. I love you guys.
Or maybe go out there first and let us say hello before you leave.
Rosie said I'll be live on YouTube all 3 days.
Cool.
Cool. We'll be sure to check it out if we somehow can't make it. But hopefully we can, because we would love to see you and spend some time with you. And I could really go for a Rosie hug. Rosie gives really good hugs. Yes, Everest. Maybe catch you later, Grandot said.
Okay, Grandot.
Okay, Grandot, we love you. Give Boo a hug for me. Boo's is the dog.
So, back to what I was saying about Animal Kingdom. That set up DAS, go to Pandora first. And you can come back to it. It's great to see it in the daytime, and then see it again as the sun is setting into the darkness, and seeing it in both of those conditions. Alright? So do it that way. And then, of course, there's the what's currently called a celebration of the Festival of the Lion King, which is a modified version of Festival of the Lion King, and that's a really great show, and that's worth seeing. And then there's the Kilimanjaro Safari. Alright? It's real nice. This is what I believe Walt Disney envisioned the Jungle Cruise would be like. It's not funny, but there's real animals. It's a massive area.
It's amazing.
It's probably, the area of it is as big as Magic Kingdom.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Also, the safari is my favorite part of Animal Kingdom. Other than Flight of Passage.
And it's good to go early in the morning for that. But definitely have set up your Flight of Passage time already. Alright? And then come back to it if you need to. But go to the safari, go to the Lion King thing, which doesn't start till about 11 usually. And then go do your Flight of Passage, right? Now outside of that, there's Everest, which may or may not be operational. It probably will be when you go there.
Yes, it does, Rosie. Rosie says Pandora looks immersive.
It is.
It is.
Much like Galaxy's Edge, it's immersive.
Also, Josh said, "Am I precious?" And then Grandall said, "I just did that a few minutes ago," and they said, "Hey, love you."
Okay, great, perfect.
Awesome. But yes, it is immersive. It's really cool. We enjoy it. It's fun. I love it at night. Also, there's a non-alcoholic drink I got one time. I forget what it's called, but it was really good. I got it from Pandora. If I can figure out the name of it at some point, I will let you know what it is. It's got like the popping bubbles on it. It's like a slush. I'm gonna call it a slush type thing.
So, in addition, after you get out of the safari, you can go immediately into what's called Gorilla Falls. They essentially have two things that are like zoos there, that are walk-through attractions. So after Gorilla Falls, you've kind of covered the Africa continent if you've done Lion King. You might get something to eat there or whatever. But then you go over into Asia, and along the way there's a couple of good photo pass spots. One looking toward the Tree of Life, one looking toward Everest, and one at the foot of this big tree that it looks like a big sculptural ruin. And once you're in Asia, there's one called the Maharaja Trek, which is like got tigers and stuff like that. And that's, if you like zoos or whatever, this is that kind of attraction. It's like being at a zoo.
That's nice.
They also have something that is not worth waiting for there, okay? What's it called? Cauli River Rapids.
Oh my goodness, yeah, don't wait.
It is so short. It's like one of these circular raft rides, but it's so short. It is just not worth doing. The line can be incredibly long, and it's just not worth it. Just skip it and go right to Everest, and again, set up a time for it with DAS, and then, just screw around in that area right then.
Josh will lean on this end, but he said
from that point, you can go on around to where the theater for Nemo is, which is not happening. I don't know if it's going to be back or not.
Hopefully.
When you arrive, I kind of doubt that it will be, though.
I hope so.
Then just past that is Dino Land USA. The only real attraction they have there is Dinosaur. It is a very dark ride, and it's based on the vehicle that they use for Indiana Jones and Disneyland. And this thing will throw you around so much, it's nauseating.
It really is.
But if it's your first time,
I would do it.
Go do the ride, alright?
I'll even go on it with you if you want.
Yeah. And then there's a restaurant over there. If you're going to eat
Restaurant is good.
at Animal Kingdom, I would say eat at this time, after you've done Dinosaur.
Right, after.
Go to Restaurantosaurus.
They have good food.
Okay? And that's where you're going to find the better deal, too. Okay? There's lots of places to eat there. The better deals are at the counter service of Yak and Yeti, and at Restaurantosaurus, which is a counter service as well.
Which, go there, I love it. Rosie told me, she goes, Daddy, I owe you a Mickey bar since he bought me a Mickey bar.
Nah. Well, that's very nice.
Well, that's really sweet of you. If that's what you want to do, feel free to give me a Mickey bar. That's up to you.
Now, after that, you can go back to the main hub, and hopefully by this point, the sun will be starting to set, right? And you'll be by the Tree of Life, where inside, underneath, you're going to find It's a Bug's Life, which is a show that's 3D. Some would call it 4D, because the seats do some stuff, and you get misted and air and all this stuff blown on you. So then you've done basically all of the attractions. If you haven't already done Flight of Passage, then go finish that off and get to see Pandora at night. And once you've had your fill of that, go see the Nighttime Spectacular if you like. It's in the past not been that spectacular. The thing called Rivers of Light was just so-so to me, that it seems like you had to be at just the right angle to enjoy it, and everything else you kind of missed half of the show. But they've changed it, and I don't know what it's going to be like now. We haven't seen any of the new Nighttime Spectaculars. But since you've never been there, you'll have nothing to compare it to, and you'll just enjoy it for what it is.
Yes, that is right, Rosie. It's a Bug's Life. It's one other old-time movie I love. Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Yeah, I thought it was alright, but I think you'll like the attraction for sure.
If you like any focused butt, that's all I'm going to say.
You don't even have to be familiar with the movie to enjoy the attraction.
It's cute. I think kids like it a lot. It seems like
Sure.
it. But, I mean, it's cute.
Now it looks like meet and greets will be reinstated before you get there. So as you exit It's a Bug's Life, you can go right over to see Mickey and Minnie at Adventurers Outpost.
I did read that. They don't know if they're going to do autographs yet, but it is going to be one-on-one meet and greet, so that'll be nice. I don't know if that means it's going to be socially distanced. I don't know. But I'm just happy they're coming back.
Yep.
Which hopefully means Todd. Me and you get to be our guest, hopefully.
Yep. I mean, as soon as they are for sure doing that correctly, but we're not going to do it until for sure that's happening.
I want to hug peace.
Right. And there are some other meet and greets at Animal Kingdom. Pocahontas is an easy one, but Doug and Russell can be very, not worth the line.
We've never met them.
Then over in Dino Land USA, if they're doing meet and greets, all your ducks are over there. You keep all your ducks in a row, right? You got Scrooge is one of them, I think. Donald.
I will send you the article, Rosie, that I found.
Daisy. So you'll see them. And Chip and Dale will be over there sometimes. And it's like they have suits that make them look like dinosaurs on. It's kind of weird. Have you watched Chip and Dale Park Life, that newest cartoon?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm on Disney Food Blog talking about character meet and greets. May I? Okay. Disney announced that socially distanced meet and greets will be returning to Fairy Tale Hall, the Princess Fairy Tale Hall, Tony's Town Square Theater, Red Carpet Dreams, and Disney Juniors in the Art of Animation. Live entertainment will also begin to pop back up in Animal Kingdom. Disney Movie Magic is returning to Hollywood Studios, and the Indiana Jones Spectacular will be back on December 19th.
So these meet and greets are not going to be what they were yet. Socially distanced, huh?
We'll still do them. We're still doing them.
Yeah, we'll do them, of course. But not the Beauty and the Beast, not what's it called?
about Disney, and they point to the Beauty and the Beast castle, and they go, "That's where Ariel lives." I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, they do not know their Disney. That I, as a big Beauty and the Beast fan, that just kind of hit my heart just a little.
They don't have to be correct about that. It doesn't matter.
No, I know it doesn't matter, but I wanted to correct them anyway.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, Beauty and the Beast, love her here.
I'm sure when they got around the corner, they realized that they had made a mistake.
Oh, I hope so. You love Chip and Dale? Who doesn't?
Yeah, that new cartoon, Chip and Dale Park Life, they're like really chipmunk size. They're tiny, and they don't talk. They just squeak. It's really weird.
I want to call
I'm
Chipmunk.
sure.
What?
I'm sure that by making cartoons where the characters don't talk, they're good worldwide. It doesn't matter what language the people that you're broadcasting to speak, because the characters are not speaking. It's like a mime. A mime is good worldwide. They don't have to say a word. They don't say a word. And people understand what they're doing regardless. So it's kind of like that kind of concept. You may have noticed that Disney cartoon shorts have been in various languages. They've got ones that are in Portuguese, because Disney is very popular in Brazil.
Rosie says, I'll probably see if Cinderella's Royal Dining is there. Now, with Cinderella's, I think you mean Royal Table, Cinderella's Royal Table.
Sure.
That is a restaurant where you do have to make a reservation in advance.
Yeah.
Same with Be Our Guest, Crystal Palace, Tony's, and a bunch of others.
Also, you should know right now, Cinderella just kind of walks out and breezes through. Hey, goodbye.
There is no picture.
Yeah, so
that, I just want you to be aware
it's not
of
what it should be right now.
Right. But if you want to go there and eat there, go for it.
Yeah, of course.
No one's stopping you.
But you would get a much better bang for your buck at other restaurants right now.
I recommend going to get a reservation at Tony's Town Square Theater. Very good food.
Yeah.
That's the best steak I've ever had. Not the best steak I've ever had. Best Disney steak that wasn't a filet at Disney. Best steak I've ever had was the filet at
Which
Be Our
one?
Guest. The filet at Be Our Guest with the veggies and just everything that came with it was just amazing. Cinderella is so beautiful. I agree. I love Cinderella.
Yeah, you only get to see her for just a few seconds right now. It used to be she'd come out and go to each table and spend a little time. And heck, it might have been more than one princess there, I think.
It was. There was multiple.
But now, Cinderella just comes out, waves at everybody, and then leaves. And later comes back out, waves, and leaves.
There was multiple princesses.
Yeah.
Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Belle, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But if money's not an object, and that's what you want to do, then go for it.
Go for
Absolutely.
it. Enjoy the experience. I mean, hopefully one day we can eat there. You never know.
Sure.
But, like, we would like to wait for normal character dining to resume to normal.
Yeah, before we do anything like that.
I mean, right now, Be Our Guest is open, but Beast only just walks around. I can't go up and give Beast a hug and get the pictures I want.
So now we're going to arrive. We're getting off of I-4.
And I'm still awake.
And we're getting to I-95 North. So that means in just a few scant minutes, we'll be at Buc-ee's. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to take the camera in or not, because last time it seems like it didn't work very well in there. So maybe we'll go in one at a time. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'm fine with that.
All right.
I'll let you go first.
I have to definitely get some gas in the vehicle.
I'll let you go first so that way you can use the bathroom, get the gas, and then I'll go when you come back to the van.
Okay.
I'm obviously not going to get anything to drink because I don't have money.
Yeah, I think everything will be fine. You'll be all right going in there by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty safe place.
I feel more safe at Buc-ee's than I do at any other rest stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, seriously, everyone at Buc-ee's is wonderful.
And just the way it's arranged and stuff
The bathroom
is safer.
And the bathroom is really clean. So
And large.
And large. I don't feel overwhelmed. Remember how we used to stop at the McDonald's and ask where I used to change? I would have to wait and it'd be overwhelming. And then there was a point for a few months when we started coming back to Disney. As we were driving on the interstate, because I've done this my whole life, I would just change in the car. But now I can relax in the stall, change, fix my hair when there's a nice mirror there, and I don't feel overwhelmed.
And even worse than McDonald's, we've stopped at the Love's Travel Center, and it just feels like, man, I need to stand right by the door just in case she needs me, because it doesn't seem very safe, So Buc-ee's it will be in just a few minutes, really.
And I feel safe there.
Yeah, totally. Everything is well lit, high ceilings, plenty of room, floor to ceiling dividers between the stalls, walls between the stalls. So that's great.
And I'm going to take note of what we're taught as parks, obviously.
We're going to try to park right by the entrance, of course, at the gas pump by the entrance, but we can't guarantee that.
And it's nice that when they ask you, is this your car, they literally pull up to show you your car on the gas to make sure that's your car.
Yeah, they have a screen. They say, is that your car?
It's wonderful.
Verify that you're getting the right pump.
And everyone's so polite.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful, and they have a better variety of like food and drinks, in my opinion.
Oh, and the soft drinks are very cheap fountain drinks.
I'm trying not to drink as much caffeine because COVID has messed with my bodily system. Is all I'm gonna say. I have a doctor appointment. I'm gonna bring that up to her soon, right?
Yeah.
So I need to let her know. And hopefully we can figure something out.
And Buc-ee's has been expanding throughout the U.S.
Love fun.
We've seen them as far north, I think, as North Carolina.
They also, when they were building one, when we went to Virginia in July, as we were heading up there, we pulled off just to see what they were doing, and they were in the process of building it. So hopefully when we go up there in December to Virginia, we can stop there and it'll be open.
They're also spreading along I-10 to the west.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do feel nauseous, not like I'm going to puke, but I just feel nauseous like I need air.
Fuck you, prickhead.
What the
Man.
fuck?
Pardon me.
Sorry for our French.
I really just hate people and their shitty driving. That, we're in a massive crowd we're coming to a stop completely here, right? Because the lanes are blocked off up here. So you got to get over. And this dick, nobody's going anywhere, but they feel like they can swoop around me, And it's like, just be cooperative or be dead. That's how I feel about it.
Oh.
I just want to stop the car and get out and just pound his face in, honestly.
He's not going to do that.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want.
I know. Oh.
Pound the face. Anyway, I hate people and their messed up driving.
Also, Todd's a very good driver.
Right.
Best driver I've ever witnessed.
I should say this, that we all know the term road rage, all right? But there was a time when it just didn't exist in the vernacular. And when it entered the vernacular, it was attributed to a certain person. And on LA, on the news in LA, they were like talking about this term. It was a new thing that they were speaking of at the time, and they identified the individual who was attributed with coining this term. And I called that man, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I think I might have that, but I'm a good driver, man. I'm not a bad driver. But I get really angry at people who just won't drive correctly." And he said, "Yeah, some of the best drivers get the worst road rage because they would just like everybody to drive right. So they're infuriated by the fact that people just are dicks." And man, I felt better knowing that. I was like, okay, so it's not just me flipping out, but other good drivers are flipping out about bad drivers. And that's what creates road rage, is bad drivers. Not just, oh, I'm infuriated by traffic, but just people being dicks in that traffic. Just don't be a dick. So really, it's not just road rage, is it? It's social rage. It's a matter of people just being dicks wherever. But when you're talking about traffic, it becomes life-threatening. All right, we're driving around in these 5,000-pound machines that could just kill you immediately. So, it's not a place to dick around.
I feel very safe with Todd driving, as well as Todd's mother. She's a very good driver. When she and I went shopping when she was in town, she was driving. I'm like, wow, I see where Todd learns how to drive good, because your mother is very good, just like you are. I know you may not have experienced much in a long time with her driving, like I have recently with her, but she was very good. And my mom and dad are good drivers too.
Traffic's very intense right here, so I'm having to concentrate. But we're not far from the exit where we would go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I reckon.
There's cones all down the road. All the ones I'm passing now have been knocked over.
Oh yeah.
So that's just dickhead drivers right there.
You took the words out of my mouth.
I mean, there are dozens of cones in a row that have been knocked over. They're just strewn about the entire street. I mean, there's one like totally in the lane right here.
I see it, yeah.
Now we're back at a point where most of them are erect.
Now, the reason I'm scared to drive is one, anxiety and panic disorder, but also other drivers.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. I can't. Todd asked me to do something to the car, like sit in there, and he put me in the front seat, like in the driver's seat. I had a panic attack. I was like, I can't.
The car wasn't even moving.
And I just couldn't.
I wanted her to rev it or something like that. Or
And I just
hit the brake or something.
Like, you didn't expect that reaction, but like I did. It was my first time, so like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? So I freaked out. Yeah, we're gonna take turns using the rest stop. Todd, would it be too much to ask you to see if they have a ginger ale and a bottle?
Yeah, I'll get you ginger ale.
Okay, I feel nauseous.
I used to have a YouTube channel many years ago, and essentially a lot of the videos were me ranting about stuff, and people really enjoyed that. And eventually my channel got shut down, but it was not because of the channel, as far as I could tell. Basically, the reason was this: Google tried to compete in the social media market, right? Google Plus was their answer to this. Now, initially, it wasn't available to the public. You had to be invited to use it, and I was part of that group of people that were using it before it went public. Now, part of Google Plus was that they encouraged Google Hangouts, what's now called Google Meet, which is a terrible name because it sounds like meat. And on there were jobless, drunken idiots that would just argue with you and troll, right? And then try to report you for having argued with them. And this caused one of my accounts to get shut off. And that was the one associated with that channel. And eventually, I mean, it took like over a year before they cut that channel off. But I couldn't access it or administrate it in any way. And eventually they shut the channel off. But I had a lot of good videos on there. Many of them were just me in the car talking to the camera. And then there were others. There was one about stealing gas, and part of it got used on that show, What Would You Do? Which I think is on ABC or something like that. And there were some other interesting videos of that nature, but most of them were just me ranting to the camera. And what I had discovered was people like it when you just... Now this person, see, says you can't turn right on red unless you're in the right lane, and they weren't. So they're a prick, you know? That why are they still driving? How come they're driving? Anyway, that's probably the same prick too. No, it's not. It's not. It was a different car. But the reason people like that is because you're just saying what they're thinking, really, and it confirms to them, okay, I'm okay then. I'm not the only one feeling this way. This is a normal way to feel. And, you know, right now, if you search for my name, you find a video of this nature that somebody copied and put on their channel. And if you look at the comments in there, you're going to see none of them are negative. All of them are like, hold on, somebody's trying to call me, but I'm not going to answer it. And if you're watching this video and calling me, oh no, it's just these pricks from Nevada. It's these, I'm going to take a sideline here and rant about this. They call you up, try to sell you this Las Vegas. Boy, there's an idiot right there.
If you guys could.
This Las Vegas vacation crap, okay? And the reason that I don't like them is really pretty easy. They go over their whole spiel. This happened. They went over their whole spiel, and I just was like, I don't think I'm interested this time. And the guy's like, let me get my manager. He puts him on the phone, and this dude's like, you know, you're never going to see a deal like this again. Remember when gas was $2? Man, you're never going to see it get down to $2 again, man. Them days are gone, right? And then Trump got in office, and that shit went back down to $2. Okay? So that guy was just an idiot. And he finished off by saying, man, if you can't see that this is a good deal and take this up, then you got mental problems, right? So I'm very unlikely to ever do business with them because of that jackass right there. That, what is he thinking? He can insult me into buying this crap that is probably a lie? That most of it, most likely, is everything they've said is probably a lie about we give you all these vouchers and shit that are going to get you food and whatever. You know, it's probably a lie. They probably get you there and then take all your time talking about some timeshare shit and never let you out of the room and you know, insult you or something if the phone call is any indicator. So the likelihood of me ever doing any business with them is very low. But they call
constantly,
incessantly. Yeah.
Now we're pulling up at Buc-ee's, and I'm gonna, Todd, since he's gonna go ahead and get gas, I'm asking him to give me a ginger ale for my upset stomach.
Yeah.
If they have Canada Dry, that'd be the best one.
All right.
And in a bottle. I'll just go in and pee. I get motion sickness very easily at times, so that's what's going on right now. And it never used to happen as a child. Well, no, that's a lie. No. When my parents and I were going to Disney World at age 4, my dad put me in the car. Car wasn't even moving, and I puked. So, but my aunts get motion sickness. My dad's sisters do. So I mean, got passed down to me, I guess. I never drink soda this late. Well, no, I do actually. Only 7:30. I thought it was like way later. If you're watching us, please leave something in the chat. I don't know if Rosie or Josh or anyone's still here, but it says there's two on Todd's end, and then there's one on mine. Here.
What? What are you doing?
Give me the drink first.
Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, I'll be here. I love you. So now that Todd is using the restroom, I'll let him go first. I'm just gonna wait here. Oh, my back. Okay. I've been leaning back. Well, my seat's been leaning back. But if you're there, leave a comment in the chat. Let us know who you are. Or, yeah, let us know who you are. seconds. We love going LifeProof. I don't know, I just stuck my hand out like that. Thank you, bye. I am very tired. we're both very tired. I'm ready to see our cats, Smiley, Miss Kitty. They are our babies. Since we are not having kids, our cats are our babies, and any other furry animals we decide to get in the future. I can tell you one animal that I really do not like. I do not like birds. I have a fear of birds. No, the tiny little birds, like the ones that are like that big, no big deal. But anything bigger than that, no. Even if they're that tiny, I don't want a bird near me. Hi, Sean Urban. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? My husband Todd and I are on our way home from Disney World. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. We are on our way home from Walt Disney World. We were here for like 3 days, and now we're going home. We're at Buc-ee's, getting some gas, using the bathroom, and Todd's going to give me a soda. And I'm just waiting in the car. And then when he gets back to the car, I'll go use the restroom. Oh, my neck cracked. My hair is so greasy. Oh, excuse the yawning. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. That means the world to us, knowing that you guys are liking our streams. That makes us very happy. I'm reading your comments off my phone, so I don't have to get so close to Todd's phone because my eyesight's not that good. I don't know. It's just easier if I have my phone with the chat pulled up. Also, Bell is my sticker on my phone. It's about, well, here where we are at 7:48 at night. Get my inhaler. Where is it? My vape belt. That's my lip gloss. My purse is right here. This is just my Vapo inhaler to help me breathe out my nose a little bit better. Hi, Davy Crockett. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. All is well with us. We hope you are doing well. Here comes Todd, and I think he got me a ginger ale. I really hope. No, no ginger ale.
Okay, two things. I didn't see any ginger ale, right? Why don't you drink some of this carbonated water?
Okay.
Maybe that'll help you out.
Also, we got
The other thing, actually there were two. I forgot to bring the money in for the gas. So either I can go back in there and pay for it, or when you go in, you can pay for it.
You can do it.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Also, David Crockett and Sean Urban are in the chat.
Hey Sean, great to see you.
He said he's watched some of our streams and they are great.
Yeah, and we've watched yours. You're the firefighter. Great to see you.
And we got David Crockett.
King of the Wild Frontier.
Davy's asking, are we at about the halfway point, Georgia?
We're at the 1/3 of the way point. Well, our total trip left is 2 hours, but our entire trip is 3, so we're at the 1/3 of the way point. This one's lime flavored and this one's not flavored.
I want the lime.
Lime? Okay. I'll be right back.
They did not have ginger ale, so Todd got me he got himself a lime flavor period, but he said I could have some. And I'm not the biggest fan of sparkling water, but I just need something to calm my stomach down. So. And I need something to calm my stomach now. Okay, so I took a couple sips of that. So Todd's now paying for the gas. I may have to burp, so I apologize in advance. I'm gonna try not to burp. I see Todd. Todd is now walking back to the car, and he is going to get us gas, and we are at pump number 15. Okay, 15. My favorite part, other than just spending time with my husband, was riding, not Mickey. Well, I did like that. Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. I did love that. But riding Ratatouille. Davy Crockett has asked, what was your favorite part of time at Walt Disney World? So other than being with you and riding Mickey Minnie's, I said Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah.
I did take a couple sips of that. I couldn't taste it.
Okay.
I'm going to go use the
check
back.
the orbs? All right, stand by for a moment. Let me finish what I'm doing out here, and then you can do that.
Okay. I really enjoyed going to Food and Wine as well. I do love Food and Wine. I don't drink, so neither does Todd, so we enjoyed the food aspect of it. Today, the ears I wore were these. I got these on I got these a few years back on our first visit for the Halloween time. Not our first Disney visit, but the first time in the Halloween season. These are the ears I got. Our first time to Disney World was on our honeymoon of July 2018. I just did my Vapo inhaler. And I'm also going to put some lip gloss on because my lips are very dry from just wearing a mask. It was nice to get away for a few days, it really was. Thank you, Davy Crockett, I appreciate it. I have way more ears at home. I brought 4 with us this trip. I'm going to leave my phone here for Todd.
Okay, you're all set.
I'm going to wear my mask just if I want to.
Alright, I'm going to turn the fan back on.
Here's the phone to read the chat if you don't want to step up, so I'll be back. I don't need to lock the door, do I?
Nope.
Okay, I'll be back.
So Dottie's going to go in and take her rest stop here at Buc-ee's. Other than interstate rest stops, this is the only place we stop now. And no more getting off the freeway and going to Love's. It just doesn't compare. You know, they don't keep the restroom clean, and it's not designed as nicely. That's for sure. These Buc-ee's, they could take over the world. You know, they're like the Walmart of gas station, and it just can't be beat as far as I can tell. So we get gas here on the way down and on the way back. That I used to stop and get gas before leaving town in Orlando, but now I don't do that even. That we just go ahead and make it here and get the gas. Although, of course, the current economic environment isn't making that the greatest thing. That it was 50% easier. Well, not 50% easier, but it's gone up 50%, which means it's 33% easier before. I see it's Dave V. Crockett. not Dave E. Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. I don't know if Sean's still there. We thank you for dropping in. We like looking at your streams as well. I haven't looked very recently because we got sick, and we haven't looked at the internet, at YouTube, a whole lot during that time. But we're better now, though easily exhausted. We get exhausted easily. Hopefully that will quit happening. But Sean is a firefighter, and he recently had a trip to Disney and documented that. And hopefully you're not having that sound sync problem anymore. Hopefully that got resolved. I'll look at some of your stuff later this evening and see if you've gotten that resolved in your most recent live streams. This is carbonated water. And I feel like it's safe to let Dottie go in there on her own, you know? Whereas I would never feel that way at Love's or even at a rest stop, you know? That here I feel like it's totally, everything's fine. There she is, coming back now. I can see her. I'm just going to pull forward a bit for her.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Is that what he was doing?
I don't know. He's like, hi, hi, hi. I just said hi. I have a headache, so I need some.
Alright, here's 2 ibuprofen. Just pour that into your mouth from there. Okay. We need
to sorry. We need to fill it up. Okay. Well, now that I'm back. Now there's a chance as we're driving and Tom may do some talking. I may doze off. There's a very high chance of that.
If she does doze off, I'll probably end the stream because I do have to concentrate.
Right. I'm gonna try not.
It's my job to make sure that we are alive.
Right. My goal is not to doze off. I would like to make it till we got home, but
usually you put her in a car and she goes right to sleep.
Heck, the time we're going to Virginia, I'm asleep 99% of the time. Well, no, about 90%. The other 10%, I'm bouncing off the wall with excitement.
Also, I can't have lights shining on me while I'm driving. I can have those lights on her, but I'll be in the darkness, you know.
So we got 3 people in the chat. Well, it says 2 on Todd's and it says 3 on my phone. If you're there, leave something. Now, I do have a headache, so every now and then I may close my eyes and not necessarily fall asleep for a second, just to release some pressure. I tried to drink a sip of that Perrier. I drank like 4 sips of it.
Let me say something about some crap that YouTube's been doing, and maybe doing all the time to everybody. I don't know. But I noticed I left a comment on a video that only had 2 other comments. One was a comment, one was a reply from the person who made the video. So I left a comment on there with a certain account. Now, I went and looked at that from, let's say, someone else's account. and that comment was not visible. So and let's call that first account A, and the second account B. So I left a comment with account B, and I went back to account A. Now account A could see account A's comment, but could not see account B's comment, and account B could see account B's comment as if it were still there for the world to see. But account A could not see account B's comment. So I visited from another friend's account, let's call that account C, and the same thing occurred. I could not see the comments from account A or B. But if I left one as account C, it would appear that my comment was there and I could see it. But when I revisited that same page with account A or B, I could not see the comment left by account C. So, what we have here is deceptiveness. It allows the person leaving the comment that their comment can be seen by the world because they can see their comment. But in fact, no one else can see that comment. I'm not even sure if the video maker can see that comment. I am sure that other people that go to that page cannot see those comments. And we're talking about a video that just had 2 comments on it. And I left 3 from 3 different accounts. And they cannot be seen by anyone other than the account who left the comment. So that is a major deception there. Not unlike the concept of shadow banning, where you can't even be sure if anybody's seeing you or not, or your videos are getting recommended in any way. It's very deceptive. And these sorts of practices are really unacceptable. There was a time when you could just see everything that was on YouTube, but definitely it is not that way now.
I don't know if I told you, but Sean was in the chat and he said great stream today.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I can't remember. I think I just saw lightning.
Yeah, definitely.
And excuse that if you heard that noise, I tuned in.
That wasn't thunder?
No, that's my butt.
So I tried to say that as simply as I could. Hopefully that wasn't confusing at all.
I got it. Last time we did a stream like this, we got sick. It was the night I had symptoms for COVID.
That's right.
If you're new or have not watched our update video yet, a month ago, Todd and I were coming home from Disney. It was on the 1st, and when we got home, I told Todd, I don't feel good. I had to hold myself up in the shower, and when I got out of the shower, I was bawling my eyes out, holding onto the thing so I wouldn't pass out. So I took my temperature, and sure enough, I had a 101-degree fever.
And if you're watching this 10 years, 12 years from now, COVID means coronavirus disease. 19 means 2019. In other words, there's a virus called the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. And in 2019, scientists determined that a novel mutation of this virus had occurred, and governments worldwide used it as an opportunity to lock down their citizens and take away people's freedom. And we're in the midst of that now. The disease is real, and definitely was killing people, and more than likely originated from a lab in Wuhan, China, and more than likely was a result of something called gain-of-function testing, where viruses are made more powerful, more mutagenic, more infectious, and then tested on various mammals, usually often mice with humanized hearts and what have you, genetically modified mice. Several people from that lab got sick and then were going to hospitals as early as November of 2019. And it probably gist of that if you're watching in the far enough future that you don't know what the hell we're talking about when we say we caught COVID.
Todd and I have talked about it on the stream. If we will go a little briefly over it because I want to. But Todd and I can both agree that I had it way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was puking, I was body aches, I had lost snow. At least my taste. My taste isn't there, oddly enough. It comes and goes, and my smell comes and goes. And when I mean puking, I would eat something, I'd be okay for a minute, and then Todd would have to hand me a bucket because I would just puke. I definitely have lost some weight. I feel it. I can tell in my thighs where I have stretch marks. I'm not gonna lie, I have stretch marks.
They're almost nothing.
But they have started to fade, and Todd can agree from what he sees. I am trying. I've been wanting to lose weight, but obviously this wasn't the way I wanted to lose it. I had a plan, but it definitely got pushed back. You know. Todd's symptoms were bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Johnny had a broader range of symptoms, but mine were more dangerous.
Mine were scary, but put it this way, anytime I was nauseous for the first 2.5 to 3 weeks, I would say, for 24 hours, 24/7, I was nauseous. Okay, and anytime I would get like a break of not being nauseous, that was good. I would take that time to maybe try to eat something or sit up. So then as soon as that nausea hit, I was moaning and groaning in discomfort. And it was the sickest I have ever been in my life. I'm honestly going to say the sickest I have ever been. I haven't taken an actual shower in like a month. I took maybe 2, and I was like...
I'm taking baths, in other words.
I'm taking baths because it's dangerous for me. I'm afraid I'm going to fall. With my strength not being there, it's dangerous, and Todd doesn't want me hurting myself. Even Todd even said, I fell in the shower, fell on my butt.
I fell in the shower.
And he said, look, from now on, I don't really take a shower. So I switched to baths, which is fine.
The bathtub is, well, if you're standing in it, is one of the most dangerous places in the house. A lot of people die in there.
So I switched to baths, which is fine, you know, until I feel comfortable taking a shower.
So if you're viewing, then say something in the chat so we can interact with you. Right now we're passing by exit 273 where we used to stop before Buc-ee's, and we no longer go there, but we used to go to the Love's Travel Center there, and we used to go to the McDonald's there, but no more.
We now go to, if we get breakfast, we go to McDonald's on Disney property. I got lunch off McDonald's at Disney property yesterday, and it was the best McDonald's I've ever had.
Yeah, it is the best McDonald's.
So now Todd's cousin, socially distanced, brought us food. I also want to say, his aunt and uncle and cousin who he lived with, they all ended up with COVID. So he has other cousins, they were dropping off food outside, and once they left, we would get it. And she got me chicken nuggets, fries, and ranch. Now, ever since then, I've been obsessed with dipping my chicken nuggets, fries, and ranch. Like, I cleaned 2 packets of ranch out today. That could also be why my stomach's acting up, but I think it's more so the Indian that I've tried.
They say it's spicy. I don't, I eat it, but I don't react. I don't know. I've been eating very spicy food for a very long time, and I don't react to it like other people.
I took 2 bites of Indian food tonight, and my stomach is torn up. Well, I did tell Todd my stomach was messed up from last night's Indian food, so that could also have something to do with it. I have stomach issues, like I said.
I basically react to it like an Indian person does. It's just food, you know.
But someone who's not used to it, and I've been eating for a few years, it's not fun. asleep on Hangouts, and people would be like, "What the heck is that noise?" And Todd would be like, "Oh, it's just Audie." She fell asleep. And like, I would be snoring into my microphone. Like, I would have a headset on.
Yeah.
That's how Todd and I met. Since we got 2 viewers. Well, that's 3.
Yep. Hello, all.
Ooh.
Say something in the chat so we can recognize you as individuals and interact with you.
Keep in mind, it's only 8:15.
Yeah, the evening is still early.
So I probably won't fall asleep realistically. I'm just tired.
Me too.
I feel like we're gonna go home. Todd's gonna clean the tub for me. Just because, 1, our cat litter box is right next to the bathtub, and 2, probably needs to be cleaned before I get in it anyway. So, and he always cleans the tub way better than I do, which I appreciate, and I definitely can't do that right now. I'm ready to see our girls, and if Miley throws up, since I feel like crap,
And when she says our girls, she means our cats.
our cats. We don't have human children. We don't have human children.
Can't even say it. Much less, we don't have them. Can't even say it.
My children are our
Human
cats.
children.
But Todd, if Miley throws up, says I don't feel good tonight.
What's that?
If I don't feel good tonight, 'cause I don't, you're gonna help me out with her.
With what?
Her puke.
Oh. So she's saying if the cat has puked, I have to clean it up.
I've cleaned it up so many times. I've been the one to clean it up. Me. Miley is originally my cat. I've had her since I was like 9 years old. She's like 17, 18. She's a good girl. She is risen. We had the air going on her. She had like a pee pad underneath. She had food and water we would give her occasionally. She did not use the bathroom. She did not vomit, which is odd because my mom said every time my mom took her anywhere, she would vomit in the car. So.
And she didn't flip out. Most cats will flip out when you put them in a car and just never shut up. But this cat was just perfectly calm and quiet the entire way.
She made a noise, and what I did was, like, I could pet her through the little thing. I put my finger in there, and I'd pet her, and
Then we had a pet carrier.
I would fall asleep with my hand in the carrier.
I made a triangle of foam, a wedge, in other words, to put under the pet carrier so that in the back seat it was leveled out,
She was fine.
and she was great. I mean, I was so shocked. I thought it would be 12 hours of just constant complaining, but
She did very
no
well.
complaining. And we bought a harness in case we had to walk or take a pee or something, but we never had to.
Just to put a harness on her, and she's like, we tried to even do setting it in front of her feet, and she'll step into it. She's like, I hate that thing.
Like a
Really,
theme song is, I came in like a butterball.
Yeah, we took a pee. Yeah, we took a pee, Josh.
And I left one. You can't just take all the peas. If you take one, you need to leave one.
Buffering is what Josh is saying. But he also
Really?
just bear with
Oh, I
us.
see the, what does that say right there, that number? 11, 14?
I can't see what
Well, do what it takes to see it. I'm the one driving.
$14.99.
Okay, alright. It said 6 something, which is low. So hopefully it's not. Is it buffering for you?
No?
Turn it up, make sure you can hear everything. Everything's okay. God, that audio is so annoying. Yeah, we're definitely going to try to get into StreamYards and see if that still makes that awful noise.
Yeah, but it's not buffering. Josh deleted the message.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be buffering on our test there.
Right. But yeah, we took a pee, we got some gas. Todd got me a Perrier, which I'm obviously not going to drink all that. I took a couple sips, just to calm my stomach down from the nausea. And I get motion sickness, so I mean, it happens.
Good. Glad that we're good.
hysterectomy. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I noticed the kbps got down to 600 and something, which is, less than half of what it should be. I'm going to turn this light off for just a moment as we pass by this cop.
I'm going to do that too. Just for a moment.
Because they cannot be trusted ever.
Just bear with us. Did you fart while the test was taken?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Always. And Josh, I mean that very seriously because I am gassy 24/7. I just throw myself under the bus.
Says she has a little toot when she pee-pees.
Yes, I do. Oh, wait. Hey, I know that reference. I know that reference. Look, Jack Sparrow, if you're watching, you know that reference. Practical Joker.
Right.
It helps the back better if you have bad cramps. I didn't say crap.
Tell you what, gas pain can make you feel like you're having a heart attack.
I had it really bad the night before we came on our trip. I
did too at one point. We were experimenting with making blooming onions and just kept, and let me say something about that. When you say in Australia, blooming something, it's like saying, this effing car, that effing guy. It's like saying that, oh, that blooming guy, that blooming car. It's like saying that. So blooming onion is kind of a joke. Not only does it look like some kind of flower, like it's blooming, but it's also a way of like saying fucking onion, So we were experimenting with making those, and it is greasy and spicy, and because it was our experiment, we made a few of them. We were going to make 4 in all. We only made 3.
Thank goodness.
But we kept eating them, and man, that did a number on our stomachs. I only slept for 1 hour.
I got maybe 2.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not even sure. And I don't even think I slept on the way down. Josh says, hence the term, blow it out your ass.
Yeah.
I was having very bad gas pain last night. I didn't think I was going to get any sleep. I really didn't. It was bad.
Now, was last night the night we ate so late?
No, that was the night before.
That was the night before. Okay.
Last night we ate at Outback. For lunch.
Oh. In the middle of the day we ate it out.
But still, I think the greasy onion may have something to do with my upset stomach.
Probably.
I would lay down, and then I see a lot at night, more than a person should. That's why I'm going to a doctor.
That's not correct. What you just said is not correct.
Well, I'm going for my yearly exam, but I'm also going to tell her about this. But then last night, on top of that, and the gas pain, it was bad. I didn't fall asleep till maybe 2 a.m. Poor Todd was hearing me scream in pain.
No, you just, when she sleeps, she talks in her sleep and yells in her sleep and stuff, and that just wakes me up every time. That's what was happening. There was no pain.
Has there been anything funny I've said recently in my sleep?
Yeah, lots of stuff.
You want to say some stuff? Let's see.
No.
What are you doing?
I don't remember what it is usually. I am being awoken by it.
Josh says gas X does not work. Don't trust any of those other remedies. I got to lay on your face, on your pillow, and then arch your back up your ass and just let it go smoke up the room.
I feel the opposite. My opinion on that is drink an entire bottle of water about this size, 1 liter, and lay on your back, not on your stomach, and poke your guts like this, especially along the edges where your large intestine runs up the side, across, and down the other side. On your left side, in what you might think of as your kidney, it's not. Your kidneys are in the back. Poke in that area on the bottom left side of your stomach, especially, and this will get things after laying on your back for about a half an hour, go sit on the toilet. You know?
Josh, you don't need to leave the messages. Stop doing that.
Or do whatever you want.
I mean, sure, do whatever you want, but like, good grief.
Just me poking on my stomach right then made me burp.
I tend to lay on my stomach, and that usually helps actually. And also when I have a hard time sleeping, because like there's the bathroom so dang much at night, I kind of straddle my legs in a way. I'm doing that, but you can't see, like almost like crisscross applesauce, but laying down and spreading my knees apart. And that tends to relax me. That's what I've been doing recently. Or I will lay with my foot straight, my leg straight. No, was it straight? No. My leg bent and put my foot on my other ankle in the air. So kind of like making an L with your one leg and then putting...
So you're crossing your legs?
No, I'm doing this. I have fallen asleep with my foot on top of my ankle many times, and that has helped me relax. Not applying crazy pressure. I was actually saving room for the chatters if they're willing to come here.
Sure.
I mean, there's always enough room for them.
Yeah, there's enough room. There'd have to be hundreds of people for there not to be enough room.
I see the first St. Augustine sign, 1 mile.
Yeah, there's still 84 more miles of Florida to go. And then about 30 miles of Georgia. We're entering what's called St. Johns County. What's that say?
House being
What's it say right before that?
I would say actually save room for the chatters.
Okay, and then what does it say?
House being courteous to others and blowing the same time. What am I, Chinese?
House being courteous to others, what?
What am I, Chinese?
And what?
And what am I, Chinese? He deleted it.
House being courteous to others and what?
And bowing the same time. What am I, Chinese?
Okay.
Yeah, Josh, there's no need to delete it, but whatever.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I can see him delete it on
Yeah, I know what
mine.
you're talking about. I'm not sure, Josh. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No, I don't know. Is that a Family Guy reference?
I have no idea, honey. I don't know what he's talking about. Traffic is a little intense right now. I don't know why exactly.
Okay, he repeated it. He goes, I was trying to be courteous to others. Courteous to others and bowing at the same time. What am I, Chinese? He said it again.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know what he's talking about.
So we're 48 miles from Jacksonville, which means that's about an hour away from our house.
No. We're less than 2 hours away. But much more than an hour.
We're coming to Jacksonville on Sunday.
Yeah, we have a meeting on Sunday. The International Brotherhood of Magicians Ring 130 will be meeting in person for the first time in I don't remember how long.
Then, like 2019.
A long, long time.
I'm excited to see everyone.
Absolutely.
They're our friends.
There's going to be a pizza party and a magic giveaway.
Did you let them know that you're a vegetarian still?
No. I intend to give away a lot of magic stuff, memorabilia, tricks, and items.
Josh says either way, let's just let it go. I hope you guys have a safe drive home, and it's a great way to stay in shape, and we'll stay in touch, and we love you. We love you too,
All right,
Josh.
we love you too. And we'll see you later if you're leaving. I take it that's an exiting comment. So we'll see you real soon, I'm sure. I see other people are there. Go ahead and put something in the chat. Let us know you're there so that we can recognize you as individuals.
Once we get to our exit is when we will end the stream. Is when we decided, not in our driveway.
Right. It's going to be a while.
videos all the time, but let's have a sense of humor on the inside.
Sure, of course.
Sure, but I just don't understand your jokes, Josh, and I apologize.
Right, some things are just so out of left field that, it's hard to tell what the hell you're
No,
talking
Josh,
about.
see, I get this. A Mary Poppins reference. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Sure.
So, see, I get that. That's one of my favorite sayings. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. In the most delightful way. Okay, there's my singing that no one ever gets to hear.
Thank you, Sherman Brothers. I think.
I think.
Pretty sure it was them. And that new piano player, the substitute piano player, is awesome.
He was so sweet, Neil.
He was jamming.
I will miss
Jim.
I had a brain fart there. I'm so tired. I'm like this. I know I'm like Jim, Joe, Joel. What's his name? We love you, Mr. Jim.
There were a lot of Chris's at Disney World today, and I think they started making pins that say Chris from random places instead of just Chris from Orlando. Chris from Orlando. I think that if you have forgotten your name tag, you could be Chris from basically anywhere.
You could be Chris from Virginia Beach. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Mm-hmm. Not that they're going to print you one, but you would just choose from, a stack of them or whatever. They're already printed up. But it looks like they started printing them for various cities. Now we're coming up on another cop. So this one is stuck where he is. He won't really be able to do anything. So we're just going to drive right past him and not worry about it.
Josh says when you giggle and laugh and get tickled by things, you lose calories by laughing. And Cargo's back. Welcome back, Cargo.
Welcome back, Cargo.
She says I'm back but won't be chatting because I'm cooking. Alrighty, that's fine. We're happy to have you back. A little bit of traffic here.
Yeah, the left lanes are closed.
I need to make sure I take my tablet in.
I'm in the far right lane. I'm not sure that I have to be, but oh yeah, definitely. You got to be in the far right lane. It's the only lane open.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hoping this ibuprofen kicks in soon. I told him I've had 4 ibuprofen today. I always try not to take pain medications unless I absolutely have to. But as I was walking to the bathroom in Buc-ee's, I could feel my head pounding. Just the other day, we were invited to a Catholic circumcision. Let me tell you, that was a sight for sore eyes. That's what Josh said.
Okay.
Also, rain.
Little bit of sprinkling. I don't know if that came out of the sky or off of that machine.
I think it's from the sky because it's still happening.
Not enough to turn the windshield wiper on. These people are right on us again. All right. Man, these cones are like in the lane with us pretty deep.
They are, I see that. It seems that Josh says it seems as though they just flooded out to drive, but we had to witness everything while it was getting done, and then they were baptized.
Now, I don't know, are you serious about this? Did that really happen or not?
And of course, messages are deleted.
I didn't know there was such a thing as this sort of ceremony.
Is it, Josh, are you serious? Like, we seriously cannot tell if you're joking or not?
I know amongst Jewish people, it's a whole public ceremony, called a bris, where the circumcision occurs on a baby that is 8 days old. And in the most traditional of bris, something really fucked up happens, where the rabbi, after snipping, which is really kind of a blade that looks like this, and they pull the foreskin and just go like this to cut the foreskin, the rabbi will then suck some of the blood out. And I think it just spits it out. But man, that is so fucked up.
That's disgusting. Why do that to a baby?
Why suck on a baby's dick?
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that poor baby.
I mean, that's so fucked up, man.
I have a question for them. What did the baby ever do to him?
Yeah, I just don't even know what to think about that, man.
My thought is this. Can I be honest? If you want your son circumcised, get it at the hospital when you have your son. Take care of it how you're supposed to take care of it, and don't suck your own. Don't let anyone.
Is that culturally intolerant of me, or is that just some fucked up shit?
Josh said this person was 48 months old.
So
48 months.
That's 4.
Oh.
So,
but also, I believe circumcision.
So that really happened? You really went to see a circumcision of a 4-year-old?
That's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, Josh, that's kind of weird if you did that.
Yeah, but like, what's with the witnessing of things? And I spoke earlier about the Catholic Church just being just a pedophile farm. You know, if they would just let their priests get married, that might help a lot. Rather, they just have them around altar boys all the time, you know, and then rather than do something about it, rather than strip somebody of their priesthood when they get 40, 50 kids reporting that they were molested, they just move them to a different diocese to do it again. So they're just like not only encouraging it, it's like part of their system. It's like part of the Catholic worldwide system. And you know, if it's culturally intolerant of me to say that, oh well, fix it.
My thought on circumcision is get it done when you have your son if you want, if not. But if you do, and keep that between you and your family and not have everyone witness it. That's just my belief.
There's one African tribe where the circumcision doesn't occur until they're teenagers.
Oh, ouch.
That's got to be painful, man. You're super aware of that, right?
Josh says we're invited and told we didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you didn't go. That would have been really weird.
Yeah, I mean, that kid's old enough at that point where they may remember the whole situation. Who wants to see a bunch of, remember a bunch of people watching you get part of your dick chopped off?
I mean, I don't know if they know me or what. I don't want to know, honestly. Josh says it's disgusting. Yeah, it is. I mean, circumcision is common, but man, just do it when they're born.
Right, and do it in private. Why has it got to be a ceremony where there's people witnessing it? That's insane.
I don't like that thought of having a ceremony for your child or
and
whatever.
Some rabbi sucking on it. That's crazy.
Like, man. That is pedophilia right there. I mean,
Yeah,
it is. What did that baby ever do to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My baby.
Now, let me say, that's not very common now amongst Jewish people. But the most traditional, most orthodox people having a bris done, that's going to happen.
Is my seat on?
No, get a friend. When she says it's my seat on, she means the heater in the seat. What's that say?
My mother had 7 boys, and we all got done when we were born. See, that's normal.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I believe should happen, okay?
Right.
And I mean, I get it. The parents have a certain way you have to clean it, but it's nothing gross. It's a certain way. Because it's a...
Alright.
I didn't realize your mother had 7 boys, Josh.
If you ever see the miniseries, the fictitious miniseries called Roots, there's a point in which that circumcision process is occurring in Africa, in this particular tribe. But man, how brutal would that be to be a teenager and get circumcised?
That sounds terrible. Josh says I have 20 nieces and nephews.
Sure.
We have 1 niece.
Well, I have 2 nieces. I have Disney and that niece.
We have 1 niece.
Yeah, 1 niece.
Hey, we've never met yet. Hopefully soon, one day.
I doubt it.
But if she would ever want to meet us,
Sure.
she's welcome to. Todd hasn't seen his sister since before she was born.
Okay, let me restate that. I haven't seen my sister since before my niece was born.
Right.
sing-along at Hollywood Studios had the historians Aria and Eric. I believe we've seen the Eric before, but we've never seen the Aria before, and she was very good.
She was.
But the Eric, I think we've seen him before, but good grief, man.
The joke.
He was coming out with some crazy jokes. The puns and knock-knock jokes. He was pretty hilarious.
This was
Short guy with a facial hair.
This was the best Aria we've seen. I think.
No idea what his real name was.
Just Eric. But it was good. This was not a good Elsa. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Elsa was not good.
Yeah, the Elsa. She talked strangely.
We have a question in the chat.
What is it?
Josh is asking, Todd, may I ask why you decided to be a vegetarian? Did you hate meat? It's actually a protein.
Well,
That's what Josh is saying.
I've never been. All right, let me put it this way. Quite a while back, I was a vegan, which is a real vegetarian, someone who doesn't eat animal products. And I did that for many years. But then I started eating meat again just because of convenience and economy. That it was just cheaper and easier living in Brunswick, Georgia. Whereas living in California, in Los Angeles, it was very easy to be vegetarian. But having moved back to Georgia, it became very inconvenient. And, you know, squash would be $1.49 a pound, right? But Burger King had 29-cent hamburgers. And I thought, man, I could eat 3 of those for $1. What am I even bothering about these cows, you know? That, who cares? I'll just eat it. And I never, since that time, was very fond of it. It grosses me out, in other words. But I would eat it anyway. But then I started to develop a pain in my toe. And I realized that it was gout. And then I eventually realized eating meat was what was causing it. So I just quit immediately when I realized that. And it went away the next day and never came back.
Well, we talked about this before, Josh, but that's why.
What does that say? It's a poison?
It's a protein.
Protein?
It's actually a protein.
I thought it said it's actually a poison. I can't really see the screen very well.
I said it's actually, it's actually a protein. I mean, I eat meat. I ate 6 chicken chickens. I ate 6 chicken nuggets tonight for dinner. But sometimes I don't eat a lot of meat. Recently, since we got out of since we left our room, I should say, I've been eating way more meat again. And that's been nice. One of my favorite things I really enjoy is, I think it's the chef salad or house salad from Zaxby's with their fried chicken. One of them has the fried chicken and bacon. I really enjoyed that. Well, Josh says, well, I have diabetes. I have to eat nothing but cheeses and meats. Normally I can't have starches, but they sure are good. Now, Josh, are you serious? You have diabetes?
Yeah, he's serious.
I didn't know that.
And, yeah, I could see how it would be difficult if you had diabetes, or like Josh likes to say, diabetes, it breaks down eventually. And those are fat, protein, and carbohydrate. And carbohydrate is a fancy word for sugar and starch. So yeah, starches break down into simple sugars much quicker than a protein does, or fat. So I can understand how you would have to avoid things like white bread or something like that.
Josh says he was diagnosed with diabetes in December of 2010.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Your mom's a diabetic, huh?
I know that.
And she's been trying to get healthier, which I'm very, very proud of. And we actually get to see your mom. She'll be here by the time we get back from Virginia at Christmas.
Yep.
So that's going to be wonderful. Spend some time with her and hang out with her. She and I are going to animal jam it up together.
Now, last time she was here, she ate very poorly.
I'm going to try
and had
to.
Dottie doing the same thing.
Which I'm not going to do.
So that's unacceptable.
I'm not going to do that. I promised myself that. I'm going to lose the weight.
Well, you're also not going to spend every minute of the day around her.
Right.
You're going to
hang out with you.
Have our normal routine.
Right. But there's going to be times where I do hang out with her.
Sure.
Her and I may go out for lunch or something. And, you know, it's nice that Todd's mom's coming. Todd's mom and I get along wonderfully. And I'm not saying my mom and I don't, but it's nice that she's coming. We can spend some time with each other. Well, Josh says, well, I do it with a diet and exercise, or at least what I'm eating, or lack thereof, or less of it. I'm trying to get back in shape. I mean, I've already lost 15 pounds in one leg.
That's good. In one leg.
Okay. That's good that you're trying to get back in shape. I myself am trying to get back into shape. I used to be very, very thin. After we got married, I'm not going to lie, after our honeymoon, I just kind of slacked off.
Yep.
We'll just say that. But I'm trying to get back into it. I obviously can't do a strenuous workout right now because I feel like that would be too much on my body. What I've tried to do at home, since we have stairs, is I try to go up and down the stairs a few times a day to get some blood flow going. Josh says, and I actually put both legs on the scale this time. That's mighty of me, isn't it, folks? Good job, Josh. In all honesty, by the time we get home, probably just gonna take a bath and fall asleep. I don't know, we were thinking about maybe watching a movie tonight, but I guess we'll see. I don't think we'll have time, because I think I'll just fall asleep.
We'll see.
I may or may not try to do my night guard tonight. I've had some pressure in my teeth. Sinus pressure. So. Todd has to go wipe our cat's butt.
Yeah, our cat is so fat.
She can't lick her own ass.
She can't even lick her own butt, as far as I can tell. It seems like sometimes she does it.
She
It's
tries.
Like, yeah, why don't you do it all the time?
But she's really lazy. But she'll get a burst of energy while we're laying in bed, like at midnight. She'll get a burst of energy. She'll run through the rooms and jump on the bed and then run back down. And she'll do that like 2 or 3 times. And then she'll start panting like a dog, going. It's like, dang, at least you got some energy out of you. I was at 340 pounds, now I am 8 pounds.
Wow, I didn't realize that you had reached 300. Are you serious?
Josh, are you serious? Because we had a friend who was overweight and died from COVID, and he was like 400 pounds.
Yeah, at least 400 pounds. We really don't know how much he weighed.
But no joke, we're not joking.
Yeah, there was no way that he was under 400. He was well above it, but we don't know exactly how much he weighed.
Josh says I got $1,000 when I hit 210 pounds. How did you get $1,000 when you hit 210 pounds? My question.
Yeah, and was that on the way up or the way down? What do you mean?
When you hit 210 pounds, you got $1,000.
I've got to prepare a box or 2 or 3 or 4 of stuff to take to the
off by my birth weight. I was 7 pounds 8 ounces.
No, but it would be good to be like 185 pounds. Long way off from that.
I just saw the rest stop. Jax. I'm very tired if you can't tell when I'm talking. Josh says, yeah, I was like 290 at Easter in 2018. It got down to 240 in June of 2018. My mother thought that was a lot of weight to lose in 3 months.
It sure is.
And I must see a doctor. Well, I did.
So we're at the south side of Jacksonville now.
Mommy's coming, Miley and Miss Kitty. Sorry, did I say that?
And there are about 49 miles left of Florida.
Josh says, but in total weight loss, I was 340 pounds down. I was 340 pounds down, 238 pounds in the same year, 2018.
Wow. And what is your height? How tall are you, Josh?
I know he's shorter than you. It seemed like it when we met up. Oh, Cargo's in the chat. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, Carter.
She says, I'm a big old mama caboose, but I'm happy.
That's good.
That's good. As long as you're happy and healthy, that's what matters. I showed my mom my weight loss the other night when I FaceTimed her, and she was very proud of me.
Good.
I gained it in my gut and on my hips. And my rear end. My thighs. Josh is... There's no way you're 6'8", Josh.
It's probably 5'8".
Yeah, but I know he's not 6'8" because when he met with us the first time, he was tiny. I say tiny, but Todd's taller than you, I know that. But right now, in my shirt, I have a little pudge, what I call it, a pudge, a little pudgy gut. This is what I call myself, pudgy gut. For a while, before we went to Virginia Beach in July, I was doing workout for like a few weeks, and then I just kind of stopped. But I want to get back into it, maybe do it every few days, you know, so try to do a workout, not strenuous. Josh says he's 5'9". Todd's like 2 inches taller than you.
5.
How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2"? Yeah, I'm tiny compared to you. I'm 5'7" and a half. Josh says, oops, autocorrect.
Every inch of height adds 10 pounds to your base weight. Because, you know, it's just like a slab of human.
do that.
Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, sure, do whatever you want to do. My ID says I'm 5'6", but then when my mom actually measured me correctly, I'm 5'7.5".
What did you just say?
Yeah, my mom measured
Okay,
me.
what did you just say?
My ID says I'm 5'6".
Oh, your ID, okay.
What did you think I said?
IUD?
I don't have my IUD.
Alright.
No, I'll never get an IUD. Yeah, my ID says I'm 5'6", because my head was pointed down, and then when I stood up straight against the wall, my mom's house.
Okay.
Yeah, that IUD topic, I go on and on about that. I just don't. Those are dangerous, in my opinion.
That's right.
I've heard too many horror stories. I just take the pill.
The Dalcon Shield was a major disaster. And I think that anyone who knows about that knows that IUDs are not worth it.
The whole reason I'm going to a doctor appointment this month is so I can get my refill of birth control. There, I said it. That's my all honesty. That's why I go for a female exam every year, and I had to postpone it because, not because I was sick, but just because I want to get a most accurate test result for my lady exam. Yes, IUD, Cargo says IUD is a terrible invention. I agree. Josh says my wife is 5'2", and I'm 5'9", and she is 59, and I am 43.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm 5'7.5". Josh Todd is 6'2". He's 50, and I'm 24.
That's right.
And just to be honest, my wife is at 300 pounds, and I'm 250. Hey, Josh, I don't know. It's not good to talk about a woman's weight if she's not comfortable with you talking about it, so I hope she's okay that you said that to us. Because some women can be very iffy about it, and that's fine. But always ask before you say something like that in the chat. She may not want that out into the world.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Now we're at Butler Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida. Right here there are hotels, and this is the area in which the International Brotherhood of Magicians Ring 130 used to meet, but we have not met in so long. Now this Sunday, the 10th, we're going to meet in person for the first time in a very long time.
I'm so excited. And they're a wonderful group, don't you say, Todd? Josh said it's okay that we discussed it. I'm not being rude about it. We've been checking our weight and doing exercise stuff and hanging out and doing what we can to lose weight. It's been kind of tough. Anything you want to say, Todd? I have this habit of interrupting people, and I apologize. I feel bad that I do it. I've been struggling with it since I was a kid.
Talk to me.
I am trying to think what I want to say. Just talking. I like to do what happened. I don't want to say I like working out because I know some people do, but I know I need to. Squat, sit up, don't know what I'm trying to say. She's here, I think, still. I assume she's still here. I don't think I'm gonna eat any pasta butter tonight. I don't think I can. I'm too full.
Alright.
But tomorrow we're gonna try making cannolis.
Yeah, I think we have everything we need to try it.
I might want to sleep in tomorrow. But as I was trying to say, yeah, we don't take a detour when we go to Virginia Beach. We try not to. We have taken a detour going there and coming back, but mainly we're just on 995 until we get to Emporia. And then I forget what road we take.
58.
Josh says, Todd, I do appreciate you being in my live stream. It's breathtaking, and also it's a great way to stay in shape. And I hope you're doing well. Let's be serious, and don't call me Shirley. Okay, Shirley.
Surely you must be serious. You can't be serious. I flubbed the line. Surely you can't be serious.
Josh, I'm gonna start calling you Shirley for now on.
This is a reference to Airplane,
I see.
where the guy goes, surely you can't be serious. And he goes, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. We tried to watch Airplane, but Dottie didn't like it. So we didn't watch the whole thing. Of course, I've seen it several times, you know.
But now I'm gonna refer to Josh as Shirley.
Alright.
No, I'm kidding. I won't. Maybe never down, then I might. This headache isn't going away.
We just passed a white Bronco.
Josh just said Leslie Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Nielsen. Is that what you're calling me?
No, that's the actor who said, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Was it a guy?
Yeah. He's one of these guys that,
Has a girl name?
no,
Go on.
he's one of these guys that's a very serious, dramatic actor who switched over to comedy and just does a super deadpan style of comedy. And by being that same serious, dramatic actor, but delivering lines that are very funny, it's extremely funny.
I see. Cargo said OJ! Exclamation point.
Yeah, he was in the back of that Bronco, laying down in the floorboard. And AC Al Callings was driving.
We're passing the exit to the Jacksonville Zoo coming up. We've been to the Jacksonville Zoo, and that was fun.
It was rainy, very, very rainy.
We also saw a leopard cheetah try to.
This leopard had its back legs up in the air and its front legs wrapped around him like this, holding its back legs up in the air, just licking its own crotch like crazy.
And we asked why is it doing that, and he said, "Oh yeah, she's just ready for mating." So she may have got knocked up the night. Cargo says, "Yeah, it's only 9 p.m. and I finally finished cooking dinner. LOL."
Wow.
Wow. Then you got the cleanup.
Well, usually if I cook something, it makes, if I cook something for me, it makes 6 or 8 portions that I can freeze, so that all I have to do is heat it up for 2 minutes. After that, I've got so much stuff made that I just had to quit cooking for like a couple months. Riley Cato. That the reason that they call him that is because of the Green Hornet and his sidekick, played by Bruce. So this guy was living in OJ's pool house, and he was like his sidekick. So they called him Cato. That's not his real name.
I'm so grateful we're going to be home soon, but I am so tired. You don't need any more food, do you?
No way.
Okay, I'm making sure we're on the same page. We're not going to take everything in, are we?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to get your keys.
You want some bottled water?
Well, yeah, I do. I am starting to nauseous again. Dripped on me. So I took a sip. I feel very nauseous.
Yeah.
And the headache's not going away.
What did you cook for dinner, Cargo?
Who's doing the pork chops?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you're doing the pork chops. I had McDonald's, and what did you have, Todd?
5-star Indian cuisine. Masala dosa, idli, medu vada, sambar, coconut chutney or nariyal chutney, and tea. Two like half, I don't even know how to describe it to you. 2 small glasses of spiced milk tea.
And a lassi mixed blood.
Yeah, a little bit of mango lassi too, which is yogurt and mango pulp.
Cargo says, yes, I made apricot pork chop and corn on the cob. Yum.
cops also tend to just escalate shit till they shoot somebody. So, you know, that's a real perception. That's a valid perception of cops, is that they just escalate and escalate and escalate until they shoot you. So, you know, it's best to avoid them and not trust them at all, ever. These assholes, though, in Camden County are just trying to get money. But, you know, they like to pull people over and then just rip apart their vehicles, searching, and then, you know, they don't have to put them back together or anything like that. That on the side of their cop cars, it has some statement about this car was paid for with seized drug money or whatever, you know. So they're just victimizing people that are coming through there constantly. It's really annoying that they are between us and Florida. It's just a nothing town. And it's two towns, really, St. Mary's and Kingsland. And the only thing Kingsland has going for it is a private film studio, which is kind of ad hoc studio. what I mean is, look, there could be a group of traffic going 85 miles an hour. They'll just pick off the last car. And everybody else going 85 miles an hour, doesn't matter. Or there could be a group of traffic in front of you going 85, a group of traffic behind you going 85. Be alone in the middle between those groups. They'll pick you off and give you a ticket. Alright? And that's how they operate. It doesn't matter who's going the fastest or if everybody's going the same speed or anything like that. It is just like pack animals or what have you. More like how large cats do on the Serengeti, where they just try to break one antelope off from the rest of the herd and kill it. They operate like savage animals, in other words.
We just entered Georgia.
So they just suck. Like, go get off the freeway. Why are you even here? We have what's called the Georgia State Patrol for this. They don't need to be out here. When I say they, I mean the local cops don't need to be out here on the interstate. Go police your town. You know? Get the fuck off the freeway. They're just out here sucking on the teat of people, just victimizing them for money. That's all it's about. It's not about, oh, we're going to keep this area safe. We're going to make sure traffic's going at a certain speed. They don't care how fast everybody's going. They're like, I'm just going to pick one out and just victimize them, just get money out of them. If it were about safety or something like that, I wouldn't really be having a rant about it, but it's not. It's not about that at all. What's that? Oh. Hello, Grandpa.
Grandpa, checking on you as I am about to go to bed. Are you nearly home?
Yes, almost. We're like 26 miles from home or so, 27.
I'm surprised you're still awake, Grandpa. We'll have a good night. We're almost home, and I am very tired. I haven't fallen asleep, so.
We're in Georgia. We're back in Georgia now. We're 3 miles into Georgia. And of course, our exit is 29, so.
We live 29
very,
miles.
very close.
And we live 29 miles above the border of Florida. Mommy's coming, Miley and Miss Kitty.
Hopefully everything's going well with you.
And Mom and Joyce and all y'all.
Now we're passing past that one road town.
Yeah.
There it is. That was it. That's it.
Woohoo!
Yeah. But they'll be, for the next 20 miles, they'll be out here in various spots in the median of the freeway. You know? It's like, go home. Go to your town and police it. You know? Just disgusts me.
I see we got 4 people watching.
Hello, everybody.
Todd and I are almost home from our long drive from Disney.
Yep. We'll end the stream in about 25 minutes or so. I'm not exactly certain how many minutes, but right around that time.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome.
Definitely let your friends know about us. Usually our videos and our streams are about Disney or from Disney. This is a ride home from Disney. It's a live stream. It takes a few hours to get home.
And we're like, why the heck not? Let's
Yeah.
just stream our way home. And now you're noticing, Dottie, you've never driven. Correct, I do not know how to drive. I just want to throw it out there.
Oh,
That's just me.
Okay,
If people are wondering why, if they've noticed that I haven't driven, yeah, that's because I don't drive and I don't know how to drive.
yeah, I do all the driving.
Which in reality is way better. I just can't shake this headache, honey. ASMR for you. No, I'm kidding. God's like, no. I am sweating. And it's like, I get cold super easily, so.
Freezing hot.
It is. Todd will notice, we'll be in bed, and I will have half of my body under a blanket and the other half completely
Covered in ice.
like, yeah, pretty much. But during this whole COVID thing, it happens every month for me. I'm like, Todd, I'm hot. Oh wait, now I'm cold. Now I'm hot. Now I'm cold. It's a constant battle. I don't want to take everything in tonight.
No idea what you said.
I don't want to take everything in tonight. It's late.
Oh.
It's late. I want rest. I want rest. I want to settle. And we're going to take our 2 girls. We're going to stick up our cats. We're going to stick a butthole to butthole. I'm tired.
We've been trying to trick them into getting closer to each other. Because for years now, they just...
5 years.
They would get along, but the cat that I originally had, Miss Kitty, is just such a bitchy cat and hisses and stuff. Miley, the cat that Dottie originally had, would be glad to get along, I'm sure.
Miley gets along with things her size. Like, my mom has a dog named Boo. Her and Boo were best friends. Like, seriously, Miley and Boo. You know what I mean? They loved each other. So Miley and Miss Kitty, Miley will be sound asleep, doing nothing. And Miss Kitty will come up to her and slap her in the face.
And hiss.
It's like Miley literally has done nothing. All she was doing was laying there, sleeping.
Yep.
And she slaps her, and Miss Kitty slaps her in the face. So now it's to the point where Miley has learned to defend herself and knock Miss Kitty when she off the spine. I'm like, well, you slapped her too. I mean, whatever. That's payback. You can get me to the house, right?
Yep.
I'm sure Jeff's gonna be thrilled to see us.
Yep.
Todd's uncle. Cargo says, hi, Dorothy. Hi, Cargo.
I think she's saying hi, Dorothy, to your grandmother.
Oh, I forgot I was... yeah, Dorothy. Yes, I was Dorothy Burke, my grandmother. I was named after my grandmother. I forgot she... I'm tired. I'm like, hi. I'm very tired. I start getting a little cuckoo when I'm tired. Brandon's probably in bed right now.
I'm just like constantly reminding myself to go slow because of the cops in this area.
Grandma, this is Cargo. Cargo, this is my grandmother. Dorothy says hi to you. Cargo is one of our very close friends, and Cargo is making me ears. Thank you so much, Cargo. Cargo goes, OMG, you're so cute, Dottie, LOL. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it.
She is a super cutie pie.
Aw, you're gonna make me blush. I haven't started coffee. Oh, there it is. Well, got too crazy early.
But his normal habit is 11. But just over the past few weeks, a little earlier.
And Jeff was wonderful. When we've been quarantined, he was totally bringing us stuff and leaving outside our door. His uncle was a big help. And your aunt. And she didn't hesitate, did she, Todd?
Nope.
She got right on, and she's like, Dottie wants potato soup, I'll make her potato soup. And that
She
was...
makes a good potato soup.
And now, while I did throw some of that up, I was able to keep it down most of the time. Even if it was only a few bites, that was something really, really
once you said it like 6 times in a row. And that's why I was like, oh, everything's okay, you're just dreaming, you know.
Partially because his cousin pissed me off in my dream.
Nothing really happened, it was all a dream. I thought my cousin was in our room standing on the desk, standing on top of Miley on the desk or something. I don't know. It was crazy. You're not allowed in our room. We have to make it clear to her. Like, what the hell, man? This is what she was saying in her sleep, you know.
I'm supposed to tell your aunt and uncle that. No, I won't. No, I'm not. It didn't help yesterday when I woke up in a pissed off mood. I got a message from my dad that pissed me off. Yeah. So, being pissed off, I was like, really pissed off. Cause you were like, honey, you're just pissed off because you were pissed off in your dream. Right. Yeah, I'm like pissed off. Like, Todd never sees me pissed in the mornings, do you? Like, no. Never. I'm usually in a good mood, you know, in a good mood. I was just...
She just had her arms crossed, out her bottom lip out.
I did, I know. Yeah, you never see that, do you? That's something you never see is my arms crossed. You better run if you see my arms crossed. I'm very tired. Anyway, where was the hell? I'm gonna throw my ears back on. Why the hell not? Ears I wore today, these Halloween ones.
Please drink water.
I'm having a coffee fit. It gets worse at night. I apologize if you guys heard that. We're almost home.
Yep.
You're going to give me the house key so I can get in.
Alright.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Please drink water.
I get the feeling, yeah, I already read that. I hate period. I don't hate it, but I'm good.
This is regular water.
I'm good. We're almost home. I think I'm okay. But imagine that cough with COVID a million times worse. Is what I was dealing with. So now I'm just starting to get some stuff together. Yeah, I'll be okay, Cargo. The cough gets way worse at night, and that's what just happened. It wasn't from laughing that time. It genuinely gets way worse at night. So when I get home after I take a bath, I'm gonna take some NyQuil cough syrup, but some to make me drowsy. And during the day, if it gets bad, I've been taking when we were in the parks, I would take a
Dayquil gel cap,
yeah,
but a generic Walmart brand one. So we just passed Dover Bluff Road, which that's a pretty normal name, but it's just like a jump to our county now. You know, like
I see.
Yeah, I mean we can see ahead our exit, but the county line is a bit before that as we cross this river.
Yeah, I have something at home. Parker saying, hopefully I have something at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have something at home. I've noticed today I've got some sinus drainage that I think might be making it worse.
Sure.
Like when I breathe, I was feeling like phlegm or mucus.
Sure.
And I tried to make it come out, but it wouldn't. So I'm gonna try doing that tonight. I'm gonna try a couple things tonight. Clear all the gunk out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has some Mucinex too, if necessary.
Todd has now started to keep a bucket by the bed just for.
And she has to spit mucus up or something like that.
Instead of me going to the sink.
Swim, I mean.
Instead of going to the sink.
So now we're in our county. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do 90 miles an hour. It wouldn't matter. But our exit's right here too, so we can see our neighborhood over there. Across the marsh. The marshes of Glen.
My auntie, my dad's sister, ever since I was a little girl, I would get sick. She always says, cough big, like really.
Get it out. Yeah.
And I've been. That's what I told Amanda. I said, cough big, you want that stuff out.
Yeah. Well, it's been great bringing this stream to you, and it's great having you here with us. We got to end the stream now.
Time for bed.
Yep. We're going to get off the freeway and we got to get down to business in preparation for just getting inside and getting in bed. So hopefully we'll see you again real soon. And we don't have to go to Disney to stream. We might do that before our next trip.
That would be nice.
And we do want to start doing some stuff about cooking and gardening as well. So maybe we'll show you our garden and maybe we'll cook something. Maybe we'll document our cannoli making.
That will be tomorrow.
Alrighty.
We love you guys.